All right, I don't know who's here, if anybody is here, but welcome. So we're just getting in here. We're gonna just live stream up. So we're just getting in here. We're gonna just. What's going on, Matt? So how are you? So what's happening with you? Um, we have the blockchain futurist conference that's here. I'm echoing. Am I echoing right now? It's probably from the audio from Kick. That's why it was echoing.
That will suit you. Some stats that I learned today. We launched our closed beta the beginning of the month, and already there's about 50,000 games played. And I was told a very surprising stat, actually. Our closed beta players have, assuming they get 8 hours of sleep, which I know that I don't, but our closed beta players have spent about 10%
What are we watching? This is the
of their
blockchain
waking
futurist
lives
conference.
playing Parallel.
Shytoshi?
So,
No.
I mean, that's amazing for us, but probably not healthy for them. Happy about it, though. Parallel is a free-to-play game. It doesn't require any NFTs to play. But if you own NFT cards, you can engage with the ecosystem, which allows you to earn an ERC20 token called Prime. You can use Prime in our ecosystem to, to buy the season's pass, get skins, emotes, and more cards. As well, there's an experience system on the cards, which you can level up your cards, spend a little bit of Prime, and spawn.
So we kind of have this. I'm gonna go ahead and like just shrink this down for a little bit. We kind of have this. We're gonna keep going with this. This is also live on YouTube. So just gonna be watching what's going on there, and make sure you guys hit the like button. You know, hit that subscribe button. But Shiba Inu right now is up by 1%, which is always good to see. I mean, obviously you see, information or maybe some information, potential information that could come out, and that's really what we're hoping to see happen. We're hoping to see launch. Shiberium is what we're hoping for. I'm gonna do a subscribers only. If you guys can't chat, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Shibby shib shib. Yeah. Shibby shib shib. Swamp Donkey Crypto, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. A member, Major Duck as well, being a moderator. Oh yeah. What I'm talking about. All right, all right. That's what I like to see. This I'm just looking at something completely different. I play Monopoly Go, and I'm hyped that I just finished all the cars, and now I have like 15,000 rolls, I think. Yep. Or 5,000 rolls, not 15,000. Still a lot. You hope we get good news. So do I. Yeah, I really, really hope we get some good news here and we get Shibarium. like the official launch of Shiberium would be absolutely fantastic. You're back. Trigger me, Elmo. Oh, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Let's see what's going on.
And play a quick game of something that you enjoy on your phone. And the next logical step when you think about hardcore, very immersive games, casual games, is likely idle games. And when you think about why this is happening,
He was in Zach's chat.
What you quickly
Zach.
realize is there's a large
Zach,
demographic of people since probably who were born in the early 80s who've been playing games their whole lives. But playing 3 hours of Call of Duty is not viable anymore for them, but they still love playing games. And playing, mobile casual games for
Zach
5
who?
minutes a day
Zach
isn't
Humphreys?
satisfying
Is that
either.
who we're talking about?
And so AI-based games offer rich, immersive experiences that we otherwise wouldn't be able to get. And it kind of is the logical next step to where games are going, and we want that to be on chain. So these are our avatars. So there's 11,000 avatars.
Live from, so he's at the Blockchain Futurist Conference.
Is actually playing the game rather than you.
He's actually there.
You're able to
That's cool.
These today if you wanted, but they're essentially the representation of a 721. And each
hey Matt, he's actually there in Toronto. Yeah, I saw it. Hey Matt, all we can do is pray and have some faith.
Cool. So what that means
True.
is that your character has its own wallet.
True.
So you have this character that's
but
powered by AI,
I think there's more that we can do. We can do a little bit more.
Digital assets now. So what that means is you've got digital intelligence owning digital assets. To do that, we have to migrate them into full bodies in UE5. And so this is something that we've been communicating with.
I'd love to go to one of those conferences one day. So would I.
And this is just an example of.
I just feel like right now we'll be coming at a bad time because we're actually going to, for this year, we'll be coming at a bad time because we're going to Disney later this week, which technically we could have went. I could have went, and then we could have went to
start the process.
Disney
what does
afterwards.
this look like for you as an experience? The first thing is you have to build a relationship.
Because where I live, I mean, I live further north in the United States, so
determine if you want it to be creative, entrepreneurial, and kind of establish the baseline of how the AI is going to interact with you when you talk to it. The first thing that I thought of when I first
wanted to go only an hour away, but tickets were gone.
My direct involvement. And the first thing I thought was like, I'm skeptical of the relationship. And I think probably a lot of people would be.
Things look pretty cool though.
Relationship you could have with an LLM or AI.
I'm live in Toronto, but couldn't make it today.
In the market and experiencing it myself, very quickly you realize that the relationship
you live in Toronto
with an AI is actually pretty powerful. And if you do get that right connection,
there's a difference in the way you can say that.
Between the human and the AI,
you're not live in
you're actually able to
Toronto. You live in
build
Toronto.
A meaningful connection that's very hard to remove. Now, I know I'm saying AI a lot, and I know it's a lot of buzzwords between AI and blockchain, but you have to remember every one of these characters is autonomously roaming this world, collecting scarce assets, interacting with other agents or avatars, and transacting with each other entirely autonomously and entirely on-chain. And your job is to interact with your agent or your avatar and be able to influence and help them navigate that world together.
I'm not going to lie. I thought Shib will go crazy and skyrocket. It looked like we was wrong.
So this is an example of what
100%. I thought
existing build looks like.
Let me actually stop this. I thought that it was going to go kind of crazy as well. And the fact that it didn't, like I know that I have different scenarios that I look at. And I'm always like, all right, well, if this happens, then this happens. And if we see things skyrocket, then we know that we may see a fall during it. But technically, as we see things that are going on right now, it could be something that happens real time, that it happens live. And we see it increase, a lot. Will it jump, 200% or something like that? I don't really see it happening. This freaking fly is like right in my face. Will it jump 200%? I'm not 100% sure. I would say no. But honestly, anything could happen because what if it does come where it's like Shiberium, this is the launch of Shiberium, this is what will happen, and they give out all the information. I mean, then yeah, you could see it absolutely pump. But then what if there's nothing? Then you see things that fall or kind of stay flat, honestly. Has Shytoshi spoken yet? No, it's supposed to be
What that means is,
110,
your
110 to
character may be
115
running
or
around
something.
this world
A very
and
short period of
finds
time.
some 1155 that's very rare. So it might find an item in the world that is
It's either
extremely
flies
rare.
or your
You're able
allergies,
to
Matt.
take it out of
True.
their wallet should you choose,
But
or you could tell them to do something with
it is,
And
right?
essentially in that
I'm glad
process,
that my
you have a
allergies
dungeon
haven't been
master
as
AI,
bad.
just
They
like
were bad in
anyone
the
who plays
beginning.
D&D,
210.
that governs the world and says this is appropriate, this is not appropriate.
Is it a different time zone?
And so
Or
what
is it
essentially you're
it's
really
Eastern?
doing here is you're working with the
Eastern
AI
Standard
to
Time.
plan, invent, decide,
I don't know time
create,
zones.
and
Don't make fun of me
discuss
for
what
this.
you want the world to be. So it's not a game that per se has a traditional win condition. It's a game that kind of goes on forever, or a never-ending game.
Yeah, it's 12:31
And
there.
it is all on chain. It's currently on base. We've done a pre-alpha test of this since, having probably in the last couple months.
We'll be on
will
until
doing
we
the
have
pre-alpha
until
test
we have
shortly.
that
So if you want to learn about
happening.
it, please come find myself or Koji at our station.
Get your floaters. It's not. There's
So
flies
this
because
is
I have one of
interesting.
those
So
fly traps.
I'm going to tell you two interesting stories. These are items that the AI invented or found in the world. And whenever that happens, it actually calls another image generation system.
I expect a
Says,
nothing burger.
This is the general description of what
If I'm
this
wrong,
AI found.
we all hope we're
The
wrong.
dungeon master, which
Crypto
governs the
SV
rules of
says,
this world, says,
I
"Is this
knew it
allowed?"
wouldn't pump.
If it says yes,
I mean, there was probably some sort of doubt to where you were saying you knew it wouldn't pump. You probably had some sort of doubt, like, well, if it does, then that's a good thing.
the avatar that you're working with. So now you have an on-chain scarce resource or a digital asset owned by a digital intelligence, and it's able to use that
It's going up.
and or
It's
transact
claiming.
with it with other agents.
Shytoshi
So
will
if
tell
someone
us
needed something,
Shiberium soon.
It could provide it
I
to
hope
another
not.
agent.
God, I hope not.
And so I'll give you a story that I think is interesting from one of the public tests that we
Don't
did.
expect it to launch today,
One of the
knowing
colonies
Shytoshi.
started to have a bit of a death spiral.
Very true.
And this just means like everyone got really sad, all their health started to go down, all their activities started to drop. And someone decided to tell their agent or avatar to go plant
Why is
mint,
Shytoshi
because
speaking?
their mother makes them mint
I don't
tea
know.
when they're
You would
sad.
think it's because of
So
Shiberium.
explained to the avatar, said, hey, go plant mint in the garden. The avatar asks, in the background what happens is the avatar asks the dungeon master, is this appropriate?
You would think it's because of a launch, like something interesting.
And the avatar went and planted mint in the garden. 2 days later, in like a clock that is maintaining time in the simulation, the avatar went back, picked the mint, which was a picture of mint that deposited to its wallet, and then the person told the avatar to make tea with it. And then what happens is the mint goes away as an NFT, and a cup of tea is presented. And then it started to give that cup of tea to other people, and the result was that the health and the happiness levels went up by +3 and +2. So it understood that it could have an NFT that's consumable, and it could have an
We can look at
entirely
speakers.
autonomous decision as to how to value the impact of that NFT on a character in the simulation. So really the objective obviously is for, it's right now.
Second. So let me show you, I guess, the 2023 speakers. I don't know exactly when she's going on. I guess it's 2:15 is what is said there. But I want to make sure, bring this up here. We have Shib that's rising. It's up by 1%, 1.2% today, which is good to see that happen, right? But then I also want to go into here, see if we have any information on that. Swing by to say hello to the booth. Blah. Exciting news, Felicia. Do you have certain workers that are connected to this, so where you can get, I guess everything is done through audio and their communications that happen for Shib and everything there. So that's 5 hours. No, let's go. Uh, 4 hours. I don't see it. So it's 2:15, right? Apologize, 2:11 p.m. Eastern. I'll be on no matter what. I'll be on, and we'll be talking about this. What's happening?
The kind of important piece to mention, or the thing that is most exciting, is we're targeting consumer release of our 3D version towards.
You're probably
the
going to
end of this
announce.
year. So
Wait, what?
sometime around December.
He's probably going to announce a new Wellies location coming soon in the country near you. Isn't Shytoshi speaking via AI generated avatar? That's what I thought it was. Nobody confirmed that with me. Well, I've seen sources that have said it, but as I was going through or talking in the chat earlier today, nobody really fully confirmed that. They hype it up like crazy for nothing. Um, well, but it will make a good buying price to average cost. True, that's a possibility. He's announcing limited time Shytoshi meal from McDonald's. That would be cool, honestly. Um, I'm not. I'm a huge McDonald's fry fan, but yeah, metaverse news. So disappointing.
Notification is happening right now. Go to eventmobi.com/futurist23 to start playing.
What if I don't want to?
It's time for a fireside chat with the Honorable Michelle Rempel-Garner and Morva Rohani. They'll be discussing moving the needle on Canadian crypto policy, the role of policymakers and industry in overcoming partisanship in Canada.
Jesus. It sounds like me. So are they going in order then? I don't want any music. But are they going in order then? August 6th. Everybody in here is talking about Wolf. They're talking about Shib. They're talking about Bone. You could see all the different comments that are there. Can you ever make a crypto? We can, but it's just the issue is that you really only make crypto for you know, two reasons, right? For everyone to find a way to make money, but you know that somebody has to lose in order for others to make money. And I honestly don't like that. Obviously, that's the way that things work. It's the way that investments work. Then you have like true utility behind it. And I think that building something that has true utility like behind it, you need a ton, right? You need a lot of money to build onto that to, kind of, I don't know, build out your whole process, build out what you're trying to do with that cryptocurrency. And it costs a lot of money, especially trying to launch on exchanges. It's just a lot. So most likely not.
With regard to communicating to government, it's so important. Thank you. You're so impressive. She's great. If you don't know her, you should. My name is Michelle Rempel-Garner. I represent riding in Calgary. Prior to entering politics, my background was in early stage technological development and commercialization. So kind of
you know what's up.
I know what's up. And
She knows what's up.
when the federal government talks about across political stripe wanting to grow the Canadian economy, look for opportunities beyond the natural resource sector, it can't just be lip service, right? So why blockchain? Why
This
Web3?
article I read
Well,
says
because it's
tune
that.
in
It's the
viral to
opportunity
watch
for the Canadian
Shytoshi
economy to
Kusama
grow in a
present
sustainable way, create jobs, create
Dear
growth.
Dear
It's
Humanity,
important to every part of the
an
country.
insider's
And it's not just
perspective
important
via
for just
AI.
straight up economic growth. It has the
Shytoshi's amazing
potential
riddle
to
will definitely be a
transform
part
so
of,
many
of
other
his
industries
speech.
for the better. So we need to make sure that innovators are supported and aren't just facing static and inertia.
I got 1 million
so
Shib
that's
this morning
why
and I
I've
was
taken
thinking
an
about
interest in
selling
it, and,
XLM
it's been
for
really
a bag.
rewarding. So
I don't know.
If it has been a bit of a slog though, for sure. So.
And I do think these
Is
technologies also
Shytoshi
have
speaking
the
today?
potential to
Yes.
transform
Apparently
government
it's supposed to
as well,
happen
right?
soon.
And government
It's
services,
supposed to happen
service
at
delivery.
1, they
So
said,
we
or
all
sorry,
have a stake in it,
2:11.
whether it is government
But if
folks
we're
or
going in
private
order,
sector
thank you for
individuals,
subscribing.
And you've
If we're
done
going
a
in
lot of
order,
work
then
in
we technically
advocating for
will
the
see
sector and
Shytoshi come
trying
up
to work through
soon
the system,
via
machine
AI
that is
and
government to make it happen.
metaverse.
So I
Is
know
how he's
you
speaking.
recently started something called a parliamentary caucus on emerging technology. Explain to
Hi,
myself
how are you?
and the audience,
I'm
like
doing
we're
good. Thank you for
five,
asking.
what is a parliamentary caucus? What is the scope of it, and what do you hope to accomplish with it?
So
A lot of BS
the
that
genesis
at conference
of
or not.
our
But So a lot of BS at that conference or not? I wouldn't say there was a lot of BS. There's a lot of creativity, a lot of new things that are being created, launched, and giving cryptocurrencies use cases. Maybe some gaming that we just saw. So it's not necessarily all BS. It's just not something that everybody's interested in. I would say to 11 p.m. Eastern. I got 11 million, so pump.
Narrative grew around a growing
Too much
industry
talking, no
that
launching.
hadn't established its
I agree.
own narrative,
Yeah.
largely because of a lack of knowledge, generally and broadly among parliamentarians.
Yeah.
So
Just started watching you within the last few weeks. New Shib holder here, but I appreciate you keeping it real with the facts instead of this fabrication BS most other channels do. Thanks, my dude. No problem. Yeah, I mean that's what I try and do is just give you as much that I can bring to the table as possible. And if you have a lot of people that are just hyping up something, saying, "Hey, Shib is going to blow up and go to a whole nother level, and everything sunshine, rainbows, unicorns, and butterflies." That's not true. That's not how the world works. And you're not going to see success if you don't understand what the worst case scenario could be. So I appreciate you appreciating that because there's a lot of people that don't. There's a lot of people that just call FUD and will say, like, you suck and I hate your takes because Shib is going to blow up. And I'm like, I'm not saying Shib won't. I'm saying just understand that Shib might not. There's a possibility that it might not. And there's so many different scenarios to where it could. There's so many different scenarios to where it couldn't. So just be aware of that. That's all I want to make people aware of.
25% of the entire House of Commons.
Wow.
And most importantly, we have members, we have a co-chair from every political party.
We see a face
And we're
reveal.
working
No,
well. We're
it's
doing something
it's
that
via
resembles
AI.
work. And so it's a note of optimism for sure.
That's very impressive. I imagine it's hard to get something nonpartisan going in a system that is by nature partisan. So I guess I'm curious. I mean, based on what I know about parliamentary caucuses, you don't have the power to amend legislation. You can't summon witnesses. So like, what are you hoping to tangibly get out of this caucus?
Did I miss anything? Not yet.
So you
No.
can.
You haven't seen anything
We're
yet.
not a
We're
formally
waiting for
constituted
Shytoshi to come
House
on,
of
but
Commons standing
it's going to be a little bit.
committee of industry, right?
Yeah.
So you can't amend legislation, but what we can do is get.
Look how many people are talking about Shib.
In front of
Shib,
people
short,
that are
bye,
open and
Shib,
willing to learn
Shib,
and listen,
Shib,
such that we
Shytoshi,
could bring those
Elon.
amendments
So many people are
to
just here
colleagues
for
Who
that.
are working on those pieces of legislation, or to
It's
inform
crazy.
them for bills that they might want to put forward, or if they're.
It's crazy the amount of people that are in it just for that.
Taking a position on a
783
certain issue,
million
that they
Shib.
have
Let's
that
fucking
education.
go.
The other
Right?
thing that we've been able to accomplish outside of the education component.
BitBoy Crypto already doxed Shytoshi. Really? In like what form? Do you have like fully doxed, not just his name, but like his image as well? Speaking at 2:10 to 2:15 Eastern, only a 5-minute slot, so I guess it's a pre-recorded message. Possibly. I mean, if you're using AI, if he's speaking live, then yeah, that's probably not happening. It's using AI and it's just a pre-recorded message that was filled into the slot. I can't even remember the last time Shib Dev actually delivered, and not having high hopes today. I understand. You know what's crazy? We haven't seen any type of AMA like we used to get. You know how we used to get AMAs and they would break down exactly what's happening and have these conversations, and now you don't have these breeds. So you have a lot of people that are gone, like Shib Queenie, who's now just Queenie. So you have all these people that are, still, they probably don't know who he is as well, but still having the AMAs were something that was beneficial. Laughing my pants off if Shytoshi will reveal himself.
Very positive for the industry.
Shib can really burn 60 trillion in a year. Can Shib really burn 60 trillion in a year? In my opinion, they can, The issue is that we don't have anything established that will. I don't think that Shiberium at the current level that they've told me, or that not that they've told me, but I've read and seen different things and people have spoken about at the current level that they, see the transactions happening. No, we're not going to see 60 trillion that burns off in a year. But if, we can see some of those, thank you for subscribing, by the way. If we could see some of those numbers come up, like the amount that is being burned per transaction, and then also see a reason as to why people are transacting over in Shiberium, as well as being able to purchase directly on Shiberium, not just deposit, which can mean something different, right? Deposits can also mean that you're bringing them in from other platforms. So that's just a transfer in my eyes, but honestly, that could be a deposit. On this end, you're setting up a deposit, you're pulling it from another place and it's depositing into it. But we want a true deposit where it's from your bank account to buying Shib right away, right? That's what we want to be able to do. Just like we want to be able to do that with Terra Luna Classic and every other position, right? If we could do that with Ethereum and MetaMask and places, then I feel like we should be able to do it with Shib itself. But the problem is that they have to have some form of liquidity themselves within Shiberium, and that costs money. That means that they have to own Shib, which they don't.
The current prime minister's last election, really? Like, probably. I'm not saying that from a partisan perspective, just more from like a logical perspective. Would be 4 elections at that time. When political parties go through leadership races, mine has gone through several in the last
How many
few
trillions do you
years.
think Shiberium
It's
can
really an
burn in a year?
opportunity for parties to change their positions
So
on issues.
don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it physically is impossible to burn 60 trillion. It's not physically impossible to burn that much. It's just you need to have this number increase. The penny level that we're seeing it at, and less than a penny that's being burned off in Shib, you need to see that increase. If you see that increase, which they have so much room from the level of where Ethereum is to where Shibarium is, I feel like you have so much room to play with in there to find the right figure that makes sense for Shib, Bone, and the platform itself. But 1 penny, that's not even going to be, you're not even going to need to hold that much Bone in order to make transactions. Are you going to do 100 transactions in Shibarium? Probably not. So if you're not going to do 100 transactions in Shibarium, thank you for subscribing. If you're not going to do 100 transactions in Shibarium, then that means that you don't need more than $1 worth of Bone, because you're gonna pay in Bone. Thank you for subscribing as well. I appreciate it. All the subscribers, I appreciate you guys here. We got 300 viewers. If you guys can hit the like button and answer the poll, I would greatly appreciate it.
Sociological perspective as well, for lack of a better word. So, what I would like to see more.
Kumar, thank you. Kumar, yeah, thank you for subscribing.
Our understanding of policy and regulation. So, with all this in mind and everything.
Bone is a gas token, yes.
What do you think? How can we respond to all this? How can we be better? How can we mature?
How close are you to 200K? The stream might be to celebrate it all in one. Let's go.
How to put this?
What Shiberium event? More like Matt's 200K sub party.
Or is
I don't think I'm there yet.
Small business owner, look at your strategy on how to interact with government with the same level of importance that you would put on hiring someone into your company or planning your cash flow.
Go and check.
Like, because this is a new industry, there's so many people who are leading
I'm far
their
away.
businesses, leading their space that are actually like the tech
My
developer.
Walk Productions C2M donated $10 through Super Chat. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate the news. Shib may burn 5 to 10 trillion a year until more use case kick starts higher. Heart.
In the area, and
Well,
that's
thank
okay.
you for sending that super chat. I greatly appreciate it.
So it is the job.
You're right. I
of the
think
community to
we may see
expand
a decent
and-
amount that
and value
burns,
that
and it could
communication
burn
with
5 to
government
10
in
trillion a
a
year. I
language
would love
that
to see a lot
government can
more.
understand.
I would love to see it burn, 50 trillion or 100 trillion a year, but it all depends on what they decide to do. The interesting thing about Shiberium is that they do have the ability to change all of this stuff. As time goes on, they can change what the fee is. And if the fee seems like it's too low, then they can increase that fee if they wanted to. I don't know if they will, but they could do that. Adjust it a little bit until you find that happy medium. Right now, they're just giving us the lowest possible price without understanding how you get people to hold Bone for a lot longer, to use Bone a lot more, and also have the burning that's going on with natural Shib transactions. So once they find that happy medium, I feel like it could be a really, really good thing. So thank you for that super chat, by the way.
Regard.
I can't emphasize this enough. Even if your company does not directly interact with regulators, it's still important for you to care about where the policy landscape goes, because this is a very, very deeply intertwined.
5 count to 200. I mean, we're far away. We're like
trading platform will
we're like 600 away.
Inevitably affect you because it affects Canadians and affects your users. So now is the time for us as an industry to really mature up in how we interact with government, how we monitor government, how we respond to government. So
yo, Matt, was it a good burn weekend? Did you get a total? Keep up the great work for you.
And it's just important to know what's coming down the pipe as part of a
It was a
risk
good burn
mitigation
weekend?
strategy. And I know that doesn't sound sexy, not cool, but it is so important.
So what would need to be removed to get to 1 cent? Basically, what would the supply need to be at? So honestly, I see that ability to get to a $59 billion market cap, because it's already been to a $40 billion market cap with 1.4 million holders, with a lot of holders, into it. I can see this, if we find a way to decrease this down to about a 5.8 trillion supply. So basically dropping down 98% of the entire thing, right? You need to find a way to decrease that down, because then it could get to a $59 billion market cap. Now at that level, it would be 1 penny. And that's where a lot of people would be happy. Do we need to get to $1? We don't really need to get to $1. Would it be great to get to $1? Yeah, obviously. And we have to understand, as time goes on, it's going to be more and more difficult to burn Shiba Inu. So it's not going to be something where we're burning 5 trillion now, we're going to be burning 5 trillion later, unless they have more and more volume that's going into it, and we could see a lot more burns that are happening there. So just know it's going to get more and more difficult as time goes on. But we need to burn down to about $5.9 trillion coins.
Rohani. Thank you, ladies. We'd like to give a big
Shy is speaking at 2, and he will show his face. It's not what I heard. It's AI generated.
The venue. And a big thank you to our sponsor, Metasil, for supplying over 30 of their...
Here's about your Metasil. That's what I want to know. Mr. Caveman. I haven't heard that in a while. Not Caveman. I got everything all cleaned up right now. We're going to Disney, so I have to be cleaned up a little bit. All you have to do is all you have to do is prepare to dump at all-time high, because chances are it will hit all-time high. So sell enough profits to last you 3 years. What do you mean by that? He might show his face, is what I heard. I mean, it would be great. That would be fantastic to have a face behind, the ecosystem dev team, at least one face. I mean, all we had before was one face from the breeds, which was Shib Queenie's face, which a lot of people didn't even believe was her face until she actually showed her face on DJ Trev's channel and was talking, and you were like, all right, it actually is her. So that's great to see that, that we actually could put a face to the voice.
Today, we have a really exciting topic to talk about, the future of DeFi. How will DeFi disrupt the traditional finance space? So I'd like to invite all of you panelists to introduce yourselves. We'll just start at this end with you, Joe.
Sure. My name is Joe Hoffman. I'm the VP of Product at Foundry. And at Foundry, we are empowering decentralized infrastructure. So a couple of things we do is we run the #1 Bitcoin mining pool in the world. We provide other Bitcoin mining services, and we also provide staking products and services, so running validators.
My name is Boris Allergon. I'm with Ripple Labs, and Ripple is a payments software company. We're actually a crypto solutions company for businesses, and our flagship product is a payments software called RippleNet and ODL, which offers payment providers an alternative to Swift
Public speaking is
and then
difficult.
the correspondent banking system. We build all our solutions on top of XRPL, and XRP Ledger is a decentralized blockchain, permissionless, been around for over 10 years. RippleNet today is facilitating over $15 billion a year of payment flow and using XRP, which was recently deemed not a security by the US courts.
Yeah, go ahead and put that out there.
Hi everyone, I'm AJ Warner.
Thank you for subscribing, Dragos.
Off-Chain Labs, the team that developed the Arbitrum protocol. You can guess it's kind of weird how I can see it right up there right now, but Arbitrum is the leading layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum. About $6 billion in assets living on the network, doing about $1 billion a day in economic activity. Layer 2 technologies are intended to scale Ethereum.
Seems like there's
without
nobody
compromising
there.
on security of the base layer, using the Ethereum ecosystem, the Ethereum blockchain, much cheaper. At Off-Chain Labs, we also are the stewards of the Prism software, which is the leading consensus client for the Ethereum network with about 40% market share of validators. So really excited to join all of you today.
And I'm Tyler. I'm the president of the Ampera Foundation. Man, I've been here quite a few times now here at Futurist. I've been in crypto for almost 13 years, so I've sort of been involved in quite a number of the projects over the years now, and kind of seen all the cycles and been through the ups and downs. And I've had a bend, I think, or a focus on payments. So there's been payments mentioned. So that's something I spent an awful lot of my time on, co-founding Flexa, which is also a payments network. And then now with Ampera, it's a new DeFi primitive that we're going to be using now to be able to lock collateral.
Swamp Donkey Crypto donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Wanted to hear his name read out loud. Tears of joy. # worth it.
Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. I really do.
Company here.
I knew it was
My name
coming.
is
It just
Lisa
took
Ladd,
forever
and
to
I'm the founder and
to
CEO
show it.
of Fluidify, also the executive director of the Secret Network Foundation, where we're building privacy for blockchain applications. So what do you think, panelists, what do you think is the biggest barrier or problem for DeFi adoption in the traditional finance market today? Boris, I'll pick you out. What do you think?
Yeah, in our conversations day to day, we work with a lot of institutions at Ripple, and one of the things we hear as the biggest barrier to adoption by these financial institutions, highly regulated companies, is compliance. They are afraid of entering and interacting in DeFi because it could potentially breach certain AML, KYC regulatory laws. And that is a huge risk for a financial institution, for a big business, right? For them, it's not, they have a golden goose, right? They're traditional financial services. Until they can get comfortable with decentralized finance and all of the compliance around it, until we figure out that kind of solution, it's going to be a hurdle for a lot of these institutions to get in. But I'm glad, I'd like to hear what else the panel thinks as well.
Well, I think you have, Joe, I think you have some thoughts about that as well.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that I think about is I'm always looking at everything through a product lens. So when I think about DeFi, there's a lot of great innovation going on, but are we really going to expect people to
I talk with my hands a lot.
to understand how an automated market maker works, or LP pools? What is slippage? You mean I'm not going to get the amount of tokens that I expect to? So we have to keep removing friction from the experiences and helping people understand what's the net problem that I'm going to have solved at the end of the day, and how is that better than TradFi as well. So I think there's
it's like a Biden rally.
Kind of bridge these gaps.
Let's not make this political.
I would add insurance. I think insurance is something that We were talking about this backstage. The insurance is something that institutions really want to see if they're going to invest their capital into DeFi protocols. They want some way of ensuring that those assets won't be lost. Danny, did either of you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I think so. I completely agree with everything that was said earlier. The one thing two other things I would add is, obviously our industry has had our share of pitfalls in terms of some of the actors that have been at the front stage, and I think we have to make sure that we push the right people forward, moving forward. But also, I think understanding the value proposition of blockchain technology could unlock.
Thank you for subscribing.
Probably something we don't express well enough as a community, as an ecosystem. It makes the back end so much more efficient. So, I've spoken with a bunch of asset managers. Franklin Templeton, for example, just announced they're going to be moving to Arbitrum. They said that it adds about 17% efficiencies into distribution.
Who'd have thought we'd be covering XRP in a Shibarium video?
Customer base. And forget the DeFi, the composability and everything. Just taking really outdated systems and replacing them with more efficient systems is a really easy value proposition that I feel like, at least I personally don't sell well enough. And I feel like we should be thinking about, make it less exciting and more practical to, a bank operational person.
Yeah, Tyler?
And I'd say there's two main issues. There's more, but the two of the major ones. The first one is the regulatory clarity that's probably been hinted on. There was even a panel, prior before this. And then as we led off with, the XRP saga, right, as most of us are familiar, despite, in my opinion, a very favorable result and one that I think is very accurate. I think a lot of us have shared this opinion for quite a while around the concept and interpretation of what an investment contract actually is and potentially the regulatory overreach. But that, that notwithstanding, that was hundreds of millions of dollars that was spent defending that case, that Ripple might be a little unique in being able to defend themselves and take a stand for the entire industry. And you see things like Coinbase investing a lot of money in making a stand against what they believe to be right and some of this overreach. And that's something that 99.9% of companies cannot do or won't do. And especially if you're a large institution, why are you ever going to take that risk, right? Until there is greater clarity to be able to invest at the scale that they want to invest, this is just not the environment. It needs to progress a little further so they can have some of the clarity and the confidence that they're not going to get rug pulled by regulatory actions, right? So that's a large one. And then I think the second one is also a lot of a mindset. So a corporate mindset, a lot of times we saw the exact proxy for this, internet or other mobile technologies. Large institutions, you see this new technology and your immediate reaction is, all right, this is great. I'm going to build my version of it myself. So when you saw it in the internet, you saw intranets where all large corporations, they ran their own private email servers. They had closets or floors full of all this infrastructure, all this hardware. That's really great technology. We're going to do it ourselves because we can do it better. And then I think they start to evolve and say, oh, well, actually, if we could use public infrastructure and we could build what we just need in our more siloed
Let's get this party started.
That ends up being so much more efficient, and ultimately they just make more money, right? So it's not an ideology.
Thank you for subscribing.
That is more profitable to do when the public infrastructure is robust and then builds what you need internally. And I think you've seen the exact same situation play out with crypto, in that all the private chains, all the side chains, all these consortiums, there's a lot of news.
Thank you for subscribing.
Products that have been sort of promoted over the past 5 to 7 years of, oh, we've got our own private consortium doing this without naming names. It's very easy to see. And
Terra Luna will bounce back with the bull run or more bullish momentum, but right now the markets really look flat. So I would say not at the moment. Matt, you are the GOAT. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. I don't think I am the GOAT, but thank you.
Themselves and extract value and create value that way and still use the public infrastructure. I think that shift is in progress happening now.
That's really
I may agree with
Do
you.
Think then that
the one and only.
There's room for multiple chains in the consolidated version, let's say down the road? Tyler?
Absolutely. I've been an advocate that it's whatever people find value. So it's whatever asset, whatever chain, or whatever specific
Well, I appreciate
use
the
case.
subscribers.
As
Anybody that wants to subscribe, I
amazingly
appreciate you.
powerful as Ethereum is, it is extremely limited in its computational resources, what it can actually process, what you can put on chain, or quite frankly, what you even need to have on chain. So having some sort of a universal settlement layer and then maybe thousands, hundreds of thousands, whatever else on top of that gives you now all
Most
this
people will be dead
flexibility
within 10
to
years.
start
What?
whatever sort of processing you want, whatever sort of unique use case you want. That's, in my opinion, how I see it playing out.
Yeah, it's quite a vision of the future. I like it. Let's switch to talk about staking, because over the past year, we've seen a lot of staking rising. And I'm going to ask you, Joe, to explain what is the difference between liquid staking and vanilla staking?
Sure, so quick primer on staking in general. So with Bitcoin mining, you need specialized mining machines called ASICs, ASIC.
Thank you
that
for
are
subscribing.
built and designed just for a specific use case, which is Bitcoin mining. Whereas in staking, we run what are called validators, which is a software component that runs on a more traditional type of server. And by locking up your tokens in traditional or vanilla staking, you're helping to secure that network. However, you're losing access to them. They are locked up. They are somewhere you cannot access them or use them for other use cases. However,
Time is
liquid
shy.
staking
I believe it's
introduces, a couple
210 to
problems
215
solve. So
or something.
essentially, when you stake your ETH, for example, if you're using a liquid staking product like a Lido, which is the #1 provider for liquid staking in Ethereum right now, you get a depository receipt back, which is essentially another token. It's called STETH, and you can then go and take that and use it elsewhere to lend, use it as collateral. You can use it in some other different ways as well for use cases. So it gives you more utility. And in the case of Ethereum as well, it's got a requirement where 32 ETH is what every validator needs, whereas other protocols you can put $1 billion worth of a token on a single validator. ETH's got a 32 ETH requirement per validator, and so in this case, if you have less than 32, you can stake because you're using liquid staking, and you can put 0.5, 1, 2, 3 ETH. So it lowers that friction and that barrier to entry for more of a retail type of audience. So it's just more utility and more use case.
107
frankly,
p.m.
Kind of a new
Yeah,
asset class. Even
well, that's what time it is now.
Staked assets.
Shytoshi's not on yet.
In itself, a new asset class.
How do you think staking is going to evolve over the next year or so?
This is an interesting conversation,
yeah, so I think,
honestly.
if we look at a lot of other protocols, like
I know it's not what we're here for, but it's an interesting conversation.
Ecosystems is higher up. It could be 50, 60, 70%. ETH recently crossed about 20% of all the ETH out there staked, and I believe it'll keep going higher to eventually 30, 40, 50%. How long that takes and where it ultimately ends, TBD. But as we continue to allow folks to stake their ETH with confidence,
Crypto
I
SV.
think it's just going to keep growing. And so, Lido, for example, is quite dominant when it comes to liquid staking at the moment.
Y'all said 5?
And I attribute that to the Lindy effect, where the longer something is around, the more established it becomes, the more people believe in it, they trust it, and so they're going to continue to gain market share for the foreseeable future until somebody else can offer a compelling, alternative.
Cool, thank you. AJ, I want to ask you, what do you think are some of the exciting use cases coming up in DeFi over the next couple of years?
So just to get into what somebody said, I just thought somebody said something, and I can't remember what it was, but I know I wanted to respond to it before it went away. So Chris Cole says, why not make the burn fee $1? It's still an irrelevant amount of money, but would burn Shib 100 times faster. True. I 100% agree with you. I think they could make the fee $1. It would only make it difficult for people that are trading maybe somewhere around $5. Then it seems like their fee is 20%. But if it is standard, it wouldn't be bad at all, right? I'm thinking of a fee of 25 cents. It's super low, but you still have the ability to have an effect on Shib a lot more than just, fractions of a penny.
Like options and perps will continue to proliferate. As we integrate more traditional financial products as well, I think I'm really excited about some of the efforts that you're seeing with real world assets, whether that's, treasuries, money market funds, even gold, backed by a custodian. I think there's going to be a lot of sophisticated things that just can't happen in traditional finance because of the way smart contracts are designed. And the accessibility to users and retail for people to experiment. I think we're another area, and others on this panel have a lot of experience, I'm sure too, is we're seeing a lot of experimentation by governments. You know, the Norwegian government is currently using the Arbitrum testnet for bringing more efficient cap table information to the market, and they're testing how can we make this information more accessible. In some ways, especially in private markets, how does it become effectively more liquid in transparent functions? So
25 cents would be perfect, but would they do that? Honestly, I don't know, unless we make it known to let them know that it would benefit Bone a lot more, because people wouldn't, like right now, if you have less than a penny, in order to go through any type of fee, to go through transactions, right, through Shiberium, it's going to be a penny or less than a penny, meaning that the typical person needs to do, if they do 100 transactions, that's where you'll see $1 worth of Bone used by that one person. I don't know if I would necessarily need to use Shiberium 100 times. So you honestly don't need to have a fee that low, because it's not going to be for standard day traders, right? People are not going to go out of their way to go on Shiberium to do all this stuff unless they can buy it directly on Shiberium. So two things: increase the fee, and then also, which you never really hear anywhere, but increase the fee, and then also make you like have an ability to purchase it directly on, you know, Shiberium, which is, I would assume, is not really the case unless they have their own liquidity.
You know, there's months where it's done more volume than like major exchanges, major centralized.
Fee should be at least $5. I don't
That's
think that's
incredible.
the case. That's
Boris,
kind of
what
expensive.
What do you think about exciting use cases coming up in the next few years for DeFi?
I think. Oh, thank you.
You think Pepe can survive like Shib did? Yeah.
I think
yeah, I
DeFi
think he
is
can.
still, frankly, I was here
Not
last
just like
year,
Shib, but
and I said,
yeah, it can survive.
DeFi is still looking for that killer app. We've been prototyping a lot, right? Lending, borrowing, trading, it all works. But we've yet to find that killer use case for this technology.
Who is speaking? Which one is Shytoshi? Shytoshi's not speaking right now.
The lending and borrowing, as amazing as that is,
yeah, he's from Ripple.
Right now, that's really done.
He's a part of Ripple, which is good, because XRP,
frankly, for financial
huge part of the
that's just
bull market, in
inefficient,
my opinion.
Right, to put up collateral.
But
and
Shytoshi's
have that
coming on later.
Basically, sit there, not earn any yield, and you use that in order to borrow. I think the next generation of borrowing and lending, and to be able to do that in an under-collateralized way and an uncollateralized.
See, $5 wouldn't hurt for the normal person, is what you're looking at, but you're also comparing it to just DeFi. And if you're comparing it to, you know, DEXs and being able to trade over there, yes, it's cheap compared to them, because it's like $5 versus $15 or something like that, depending on when the gas fees are, or what the gas fees are. But if you're trading on exchanges, you might only pay $3 worth or pay $2 worth, depending on what you have, or even pennies, honestly, depending on what you're trading and how much you're trading. So you need to have it compete with exchanges, and there has to be a reason for people to trade over on that platform versus Coinbase or KuCoin or anything. So I think between the range of 25 to 50 cents is perfect. Where it is now at 1 cent, it makes it interesting for people to be, for it to be very cheap, but it's like supply and demand. You don't want things to be too low of a price. Then everybody decides to get whatever they want as the price is low, but then as they make other transactions, they don't necessarily need to make any other transactions. So you need to have it at a competitive price, for the fees. And, you know, especially if it's going to affect Bone and affect Shib.
A product is one that actually gets these institutions in there, right? That, you know, retail crypto is what, 1 trillion, 2 trillion right now in market cap? The global financial world, FX trades $5 trillion a day, right? Just to put that into perspective. So we are so early and it's so small that we really need to bring crypto and blockchain to the next level, is getting those institutions in. And it's really solving a lot of those issues that they have around compliance. How do you get comfortable?
Exactly what I've been saying.
To interact with these assets, with this technology, in a way
that
doesn't get you in trouble.
Well,
hopefully he's not a bad guy. But I like what he's saying, because honestly, it is about getting institutions involved with everything. They're only really getting involved with Bitcoin to the smallest extent. But when we did see more of the bullish momentum before, we saw that institutions were involved in a heavy capacity, right? It wasn't super heavy. It was like 1, 2, maybe even 5% at max for a lot of institutions and funds and firms. But we need to make sure, for some reason I saw a name and I thought he looked like, I think he looks like kind of an actor that I can't remember what his name is, but I'll have to find out who that is. But we do need to get institutions involved, because if we do, then now we have more money that's flowing through the crypto market. It's worth multiple trillions of dollars, $5-10 trillion, maybe even more than that.
I use, those points, if I don't use them, they're kind of dormant. They may even expire. So tokenizing those, creating a market around them that didn't exist before, I think is something quite compelling and
What do you think about Bad Idea AI? Is it just a utility coin?
Something that they're going to give value.
So I haven't done a ton of research into Bad AI, Bad Idea AI, but I've looked into like the price potential based on history, which it doesn't have a lot of history. So
just to add to that point that Joe says, I always like to say that one of my favorite things that I think blockchain can unlock at scale.
Well, nothing has happened yet,
like
so
barter,
it's not a letdown
right?
yet.
So if I have
but it might
loyalty
be.
points that I don't need, I don't necessarily you can hop through a million different Uniswap pools to get the asset that you do want, right? And I think that's really cool. It doesn't work until you hit scale, right? So you have a bit of a chicken and an egg there, but the experimentation about what could be done is like really exciting. On the real world asset side, I think one of the things that we should probably not underestimate is the amount of
voice is supposed to be AI, yes,
from traditional world and regulators to get things off the ground, right? So, if you want to bring mortgages on-chain, for example, you need title companies and counties involved, and the ability to recognize an on-chain deed as a deed to title, right? Until you have that, no title insurance company will get comfortable, et cetera, right? So it's not something that we can do alone. I think our job is to prove
Let's
the
bring
power
up the
of
likes.
technology.
Yeah, we do need to bring up the likes. We have 665 people here. I think we should have about 400, 450 likes. That would be amazing.
What I was saying earlier about operational perspectives of just efficiency.
Also heard he might show his face. I don't know.
Real estate title is the least efficient thing in the entire world, especially in the United States. It's county by county. It's title insurance have to follow.
You have an ETA on when Shytoshi will speak. It's supposed to be between 2:10 and 2:15, so it's like a 5-minute slot from what I've heard.
2015, 2016, people talked about these things was we talked about them without buy-in from the counties. Like, yeah, just bring a real estate mortgage.
Does anyone have any thoughts on the partnership between Shib and Bad Idea AI? I don't have much information on that.
I invite everybody to give a quick soundbite that you want to leave our audience with. Tyler, we'll start with you.
I would probably just make it a hybrid of even the past few questions. The killer use case is already here. DeFi payments and payments in general, and people want to overestimate how quickly technology takes hold. We already have PayPal announced and is using a stable coin on Ethereum, which would completely have been predicted years ago. You have Visa doing so much now and announcing with crypto. You have Flexa, which I'm proud about, has some of the largest merchants in the world literally accepting crypto today. You have an entire country has legalized this.
Adobe has an AI
infrastructure around it. This is already here and it's accelerating and people seeing the value, and it's going to be so much bigger.
That was my phone.
Than I think.
Where's Kusama? He's not here yet.
Thank you.
It'll be a 5-minute slot from what I'm
I echo
saying.
all of that.
So you said Shib team only is doing 5 minutes to talk. From what I understand, yes. I don't know what it's going to be about. I hope that it's a launch of Shiberium, but I don't know.
I think one of these things that's important, we see it throughout bull markets, is sticking to the values, and I kind of alluded to this earlier, that we all believe in and why we're committing our professional careers and in many ways sacrificing some personal lives for. Security, decentralization, and the ability to return sovereignty to the individual is like what the primary drivers for me. And like as this continues to grow, I think those values are really important in order for it to stay.
Thanks, AJ. Boris.
Yep. I agree with all. Thank you. I agree with.
I did just see that they had a beta version.
At Ripple, our ultimate vision is to enable the internet of value, and we believe that money should move just like information in this world, and decentralized finance, blockchain technologies can enable that. There's a big problem with underbanked, but nobody asks really what's the reason why so many of the world is underbanked.
Let me go back here.
Frankly, It's because it's just too expensive to bank some of the people, right, for small transactions. Blockchain technology, decentralized finance could actually make it profitable to bank these people and bring them into the banking world. So I'm truly excited about that and truly excited about the internet.
Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it.
So what I would leave you with is, for anyone who's still here in the bear market, you're super committed. You're thinking about the values. You're, thinking about all the things that these folks on the panel have been talking about. And I would say, keep experimenting. I can't possibly believe that with how early we still are, we have truly explored the full design space, whether it comes to governance, tokenomics, L1 or L2 design. I just think there's a lot to still figure out there. I mean, if you think back, we had many, many, many search engines before Google, many other .com type companies, and every time we have a blow up in the space or a security breach or anything like that, it's going to ultimately make us stronger. And I think just the continued experimentation is what's ultimately going to find these killer use cases.
Thanks, Joe. I wanted to conclude with just thanking Tracy and Meyer for putting this amazing conference on, because as a Canadian, I'm so proud that
I'll figure that out. You have text to image, all that stuff. It's cool.
It puts Canada on the map. It is such a big event, such a magnet for crypto, and being Canadian, I'm just so proud to be here and to be part of this conference. Thank you, all of you, for your amazing insights. I've learned a lot today, and see you next year.
Let's hear it for our fantastic panelists, sponsored by Arbitrum. Next, please welcome back to the main stage, Meyer from the Untraceable team.
All right, so we're gonna mute that for a little bit. We have Shytoshi is supposed to be coming on in about 30 minutes, 40 minutes or so. Thank you for subscribing, everybody that's subscribing. I appreciate you guys for being here. Also, if you want text to speech, as you see on the top of the screen, $1 super chat gets text to speech. So if you have something you want to just ask me without having to go through the weight of the chat, feel free to do that. Or if you're on Twitch, then you can go with the bits as well. But it's always great to... I implemented that feature and I'm excited about it. I'm always excited about it, and I want more people to use it so that we have more audio that's playing, in the background of, just reading text and whatnot. I seriously doubt over this entire Shib announcement, you have serious doubts basically over the entire Shib announcement. Be prepared to be unimpressed again from Shy. Yeah, I can agree with that. We've been unimpressed by a lot of things, or with a lot of things. So we'll see.
Make sure you're at the main stage, and we're just super excited about it. They have a really great project they're working on. It's called Loot 8. So if
you said it looks like a comedy show with the sound off,
and how they're bringing Web3 to music and gamification.
Shytoshi posted on Twitter.
Stratos is doing a Builder House event right now in the Purple Room. If you want to learn more about decentralized storage and dApps, go out in the Purple Room. They have some food, some snacks. At the same time, you can learn about all the things great that Stratos is doing. Discord. Digital Shovel. So I did make a little joke about mining Bitcoin, but if you didn't notice, the 2-story, 100-foot mining rig that's sitting out in the parking lot, go out there, check it out, learn about the future of mining. As well, there's also the food trucks that are right beside it as well. So lunch is open, the food trucks are there, 10 different ones you have to choose from. So make sure you get out there and explore all the areas. The weather has been great so far. Let's just cross our fingers so we can go for another few hours throughout this day. And make sure you check out all our galleries in the front and also in the backstage. That's really brought to you by NFT Goat. So we're all super excited. It's been a great event. There's so much more to go. ETH Toronto and ETH Women, they are upstairs.
Oh, Matt, feed his children.
Developer talks. Also, some really cool activations. So if you get a chance, go up the stairs and check out the activations upstairs. And again, the best picture of the entire city is from the patio upstairs.
Is that Shy speaking? No, that's not Shytoshi speaking.
And enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Grab some lunch, and we'll be back here very shortly. Thank you.
Thank you, Meyer.
People are
That
starting to fill in
concludes our
here.
morning sessions on the main stage. Please enjoy your break and see you back on the main stage at 1:45 p.m.
All right, so we'll be talking for a minute a minute. We'll be talking until we hit 1:45 and continue with that. But your heart is racing. I understand. I understand why it would be. But yeah, I feel as though this overall situation, like everything has kind of been a little bit overblown. I hope that we have the news that we all want to hear. Because again, the video that I created yesterday talking about how this whole situation, sorry, I just literally blanked as I was going through that. But I created a video yesterday talking about Shiba Inu and how there was a tweet that explained, or not really explained, but said that that we don't have an official release date. There we go. We don't have an official release date. If we don't have that official release date, that means that we might not see it today. And if we don't see it today, then we have an issue. So, yeah. Right, and a lot of people speculated that we were going to see it today, but why not just shut down all of the rumors? Why not just shut down all the speculation and just say it's not coming on the 15th. It's not coming on the 16th. And we didn't get that. Maybe it's because they just wanted people to pump up the positions. They wanted people to pump up Bone and Shib and Leash and all of them. So it's definitely something that I'm getting, I'm anxious for. Getting a little bit of goosebumps here because I think that we may have something good, but I mean, a 5-minute slot, that doesn't give you much room for anything. That's like hyping up the Wellies announcement and how that kind of just flopped, was a huge flop. So we'll see. Matt, are you shy? You got me. Got me. I'm shy. I am pretty shy, like not actually like Shytoshi, but I'm pretty shy. I'm an introvert, if you didn't know. I don't seem like I'm an introvert, but when you meet me in person, actually, if you meet me in person, I may not still seem like an introvert because I'm excited that anybody's watching. I just, met somebody I went to a French fry festival that was around my area, and all the French fries were really, really good. But I met somebody that watches the content, started watching recently because they started getting into crypto, and it's always great to meet people. It's always great to meet people that watch, especially people that are close to home. So if you ever see me and you think that you see me, hopefully it is me and you come up to me and you go, hey, I watch your stuff, and, I'll be very, very appreciative that you do that. So what time again? So it should be 1:45 is when everything should come back. But I believe Shytoshi is going on at 2:10 to 2:15. So we got a little bit of time. Matt, I'm coming to PA. We should play golf. I'll play golf. Yeah, as long as I got some time. You want fries with that? Yeah, as long as I got some time, I'm always into playing golf. I do have a lot of footage that I need to go through for my golf channel. So, yeah, you guys want to subscribe to that. I have a golf channel, Matt Perry Golf, and you see another side of me, and it's fun. Will he speak tomorrow again? I'm not sure. I'll have to get information to see if he's going to do that. But I don't know if I'll be able to do that tomorrow, because tomorrow I don't really have the freedom to live stream as much as I want. Where in PA are you from? The Reading area. Around the Reading area. New subscriber hype. Yes, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. I don't know how close we are to 200,000 subscribers, but we're getting there. Let me refresh. We are at 199,418 subscribers. So we are less than 600 subscribers away from reaching 200,000 subscribers. Someone may be right by saying that this might be a 200,000 subscriber party as well, because we're almost at 200,000 subscribers. So either way, thank you to all the subscribers that are a part of this 199,000. And if you guys can get me to 200,000 subscribers before the end of the day, I would be ecstatic. I would be so happy. I am going to give a little bit of an update because I know this is going to be a long live stream. I thought it was going to start at 110 to 115 or something, is what I was told. But I wanted to get on here and just, stream and chat it up with you guys. What's your stop loss set for Shib? So honestly, I don't actually have a stop loss for Shib. So with a lot of times in crypto, I haven't really set a stop loss, especially with how far it has fallen. But with certain short-term trades, like in the stock market, that's where I'm setting stop losses. Thank you for subscribing. All the people that are subscribing, I appreciate you guys. But yeah. Another subscriber, X-Pro, thank you. X-Pro Group, thank you for subscribing. I'm supposed to go to the zoo here shortly. I'll be disappointed if I miss it. Yeah, I mean, the zoo is fun. Just keep it up on your phone as you're going through the zoo. That's the only thing you can do. Thank you, Hessler. Am I saying that right? Hessler Motors, thank you for subscribing. Motorsport. Ashish. Thank you for subscribing. It will depend on Shy if you will reach it. True, right? If we see a lot of, or we actually see Shiberium launch and we see Shiba Inu that starts to pump up, because right now we're getting close to it, right? And we still don't see Shib absolutely pumping. We're seeing Shib that's up about 2% right now. So I guess if something happens there where we get some really, really big news, then we see that I can reach that subscriber goal, which is 200,000 subscribers, and we are insanely close. Thank you. I don't know how to say that. Thank you for subscribing. Matt, love you, bro. Thank you for saying that. You trade open. You trade open on Shib. I don't know what that means, but I would assume so. So I don't really have a stop loss. I believe right now I'm sitting at about, my average is 0.00002. So I'm down like 50% on my position. So yeah. So is the event over now, or it didn't start yet? So it started. They're just on a break, and right now, you're going to see it come back at 1:45 on the main stage. But you see that Shytoshi, is still up there via AI and metaverse. So it's probably going to be, I don't know what the announcement's going to be. It's only 5 minutes. Maybe it's like the official launch of Shiberium. That would be freaking fantastic if that was the case, but we don't know, right? So it's still going on. 1:45 is when they come back. Thank you for subscribing. Mark Bronk, thank you for subscribing. Just sold all my Shiba Inu. Shib is not going anywhere. I mean, that's up to you. I wouldn't ask anybody to sit here and, sell all of their position or hold all their position. You do whatever you feel is right. And if you feel like that's the right way to go, then you go that route. The only right choice is what you decide to do. It may not feel right in the end sometimes, but if that's the only choice you can live with, is your choice, not somebody else's. Subbed. Thank you for subbing. Thank you for subscribing. Get him to 200K. I would love to get to 200K. Smash the like button, fam. Yeah, everybody hit the like button. We got 769 people that are here. We're getting so many subscribers, guys. What's the count? What are we looking at here? We are at 199,446. That's crazy. I love it. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button, everybody. Let's see. I heard that Shy will have a 30 to 45 minute slot. No, it's, from what I understand, it's a 5-minute slot. If it's that long, I would love it to continue for that long, but I don't think that that's the case. I don't hold any personally, but I don't want to see peeps get screwed. True. Very true. Totally tells how PuppyNet went. You think today he tells how PuppyNet went and gives an update on what happened with the testnet? That's honestly not a bad take. And it could be something that creates maybe a little bit of hype around Shiberium, but without actually launching Shiberium. But we still wouldn't be happy with that if that did happen. Thank you for subscribing, Sharma. Thank you. You will make it, Matt. I mean, maybe. There's a possibility. Is it true news? Is what true news? Why only 5 minutes if it's that important? Surely he would have more time on stage. Maybe. I mean, if you have to get up there, thank you for subscribing again. If you only have just a little bit of news where you're just like, launch of Shibarium, boom. Like it's important news, but you don't need that much to be said. Maybe you could just say, this is going to be a game changer. Thank you for subscribing. You could say this is going to be a game changer. Boom. That's all you need. But again, I don't know. I hope. I am crossing my fingers that we're getting Shibarium today. My dude about to hit 200K. Congrats, man. I hope that's the case. It's been a long road to get to 200K, but I appreciate every single subscriber, whether you were the first subscriber, the second subscriber, the 1,000 subscriber, the 100,000 subscriber, or 200,000 subscriber. I appreciate you guys so much. Everything that you do. I laugh at people who say they sold all their stuff. You know how long you have to hold a 401k just to get $100,000 for retirement? At least 30 years of holding for a 401k, and obviously adding to the process. It's definitely something where if you give up on if you believe that cryptocurrency is not it, right? Or maybe you just believe that Shib is not it. If you believe the cryptocurrency is not it, then you would just go and invest in something that's long-term, right? And just continue that route. And it's not a bad thing to do that. That's okay. That's how people live their lives and, generate their wealth and be able to retire. That's fantastic. But there always has to be risk that you need to take. And when you see down markets that are like this, when you know that cryptocurrency has the ability to run up so much further, I mean, you have to take that risk, right? That's a small risk that you're willing to pay. It's not like you're putting $100,000 into one position. Like you may put $1,000 into this position and it could turn to $100,000 or even more than that, right? And it depends on what you decide to do when you see profits, right? You take the profit at $100,000 or you take it at 50 or you take it at 20. But either way, you're growing that a lot faster than what you have as those long-term positions. So either you see it or you don't. And I'm not mad at you if you don't see it. I want to try and open your eyes to seeing what the cryptocurrency market can be and will be. But if you don't see it, then it's understandable. I mean, go and invest the way that you feel like investing. Everybody has their own strategy. Early 2021, what's the time to get into Shib? Wait, early 2021 was the time to get into Shib. We're all latecomers hopping on. So hoping for a miracle. So I don't necessarily fully agree with that. I do understand that 2021 or 2020 technically was the time to make that move into Shib, not 2021. I would say 2021 was kind of a little late as well. because you're not really seeing the massive gains, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to see a decent sized gain from here, right? Yes, we're at billions of dollars worth of a market cap. Thank you for subscribing. Yes, we're at billions of dollars worth of a market cap. But we can see this go so much further in the form of like a 5x or 10x or 20x or something like that. Can we see a million% gain like we saw from the beginning to the high point, or multiple millions percent gains? Probably not. I would love to see that, especially with the burns, but you're kind of banking on just seeing the 100, 200, 300,000 X or so, maybe even more than that. But definitely not looking to see, 30 million or 70 million% gain. Like I saw a 70,000% gain with Terra Luna Classic, and I'm glad that I saw that. I'm glad that I was able to turn $43 into $30,000, of which 44,800 was realized. So I'm sitting on about 6,000 now. That has come down from that high level, to get me up to the 30,000 level. Does that make sense? So I'm pushing for that to make a move as well. But either way, I turned $43 into thousands of dollars, and it could be tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. You never really know. But crypto gives you the opportunity because it's so early. Help. Is they talking about 1:45 Eastern? Yes, 1:45 Eastern PA. We are currently sitting at about 1:42. 1:45 is when they're coming back on. How much SHIB does everyone have? Do you think Bone is the bigger price move at first? So it's definitely the thing that has the most impact in Shiberium, and should, because it's the gas fee, right? It's the governance token. It's where you can make changes but also not make changes, because they don't really give you the option to submit a proposal to change things. You just get the option to choose whatever they decide to do, right? And not even on major decisions. Like it's more or less like, if you're saying, should I launch a website? It's not a choice on whether you launch the website. It's a choice on what color the background is. Like that's kind of the choice that you get, but either way, it's a choice. So for Bone is probably the major impact. It's the main character for Shiberium, while Shiba Inu is the main character for us, for regular investors. 200 million in Shib. 200 million in Shib, 1,700 Bone, 290 million. Guys, this is an amazing project. Wait, guys, this is an amazing project. Your own chain. 303 million, 356 million Shib, 1.4 billion Shib. Matt, will you marry my friend? She loves you. So no, because I'm already married. So no. Appreciate it though. Appreciate the offer. 97 million, 16.5 million. You have 1 trillion Shib. Come on now. 5K Bone, 200 million Shiba Inu, 3.5 billion, especially as it hit a lower price. Yeah, 100%. I can see that. Man's getting married proposals. Marriage proposals here. When will the next big bull run, according to you, Matthew? So my prediction for a bull run, and what I'm looking for, right? It's not 100% that it will happen, because with all the things that the SEC has done, with the collapse of exchanges, with all the different negativity that we've seen in the market, we could see anything happen. But my prediction is I want to see it happen somewhere around the October, November, or December, to where it starts up. And then as we start to get closer and closer to the Bitcoin halving, that's where we will see things that absolutely take off. Other predictions say that's going to happen during, the month of the Bitcoin halving, as well as some that say it's going to happen after, or the next year after we get settled into the Bitcoin halving, which doesn't make sense for me. It doesn't line up with what I've seen in the past. So I expect to see it happen beforehand, the build up beforehand, leading into, and then continuing afterwards. That's what I see. But again, that's only my opinion. It doesn't mean that that is going to happen. That's only what I see. And there are a ton of predictions out there, and every single one of those have the chance to be right. So don't think that anyone knows exactly what's going to happen. It's all based on what, they feel is going to happen. But there's still a large percentage chance that it doesn't happen that way. 101 million, 7 billion, 71. You got 71 billion bad. Okay, not Shib. 1 billion. Where do you see the price level of Shiba Inu? At the end of the year? At the end of today or the week? Well, it depends on what happens today. It honestly does depend on what happens today. Let's see what's happening with Shiba Inu right now. So currently, Shiba Inu is up by 2.9%. We're seeing it increase a little bit, getting up to the 1050 level, 4 zeros, 1050. We're still seeing the volume down by 24% at 284 million. If we go into leash, we're seeing that up by almost 13%, up to $666 from the lower level that we saw this at 560, 570. Increasing to this high level multiple times, maybe creating a double top. Hopefully it does break through. I do want to see what's happening to Bone as well before we get back into the conference, which we have a little bit of time. So let me look up Bone really quick. Bone is currently up about 4 or 5%, up to $1.58. So it is seeing a little bit of an increase, especially after seeing a lower point of below that $1.50 level, after increasing up to about $1.70, $1.80. So let's see what's happening. The Bitcoin conference, see if it has come back. Looks like it hasn't come back yet. So we're waiting for them to come back to the main stage. And remember, Shytoshi's coming on via AI and metaverse, so it's not something where you're going to see his face. Some people say he's going to reveal his face. You're not. Wish that this would come in a little bit. Is that Elon? This guy? No. Or this guy. I guess you're probably saying this guy. He looks like Elon, right? Just a slight bit. Shytoshi is a huge liar. This guy will never release Shibarium. I mean, I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I'm not gonna say you're right, but he's not a truth teller. Will you still be a fan of Shiba if they don't announce Shibarium? Yeah, so this is the thing. A lot of people make this mistake and go, Shiba Inu is nothing without Shibarium, or is nothing without what they're announcing. Understand that the ecosystem dev team is different than Shib. Shib is based on the community, based on us, based on what we're trading. All of these things that are created, like Shiberium, Shiboshis, the metaverse, Wellies, John Richmond, Bone, Leash, Treat, Ryoshi's Vision, the Burn Portal, all of these things are created around Shib. If you have a web, as I said in my breakdown of the AMA, my question that I asked in the AMA a while ago when they were actually doing AMAs, if Shiba Inu's in the middle, you have all these arrows pointing out to different places, right? The metaverse, Bone, Leash, Treat, all the different places that you have all these different arrows, and they're all pointing outward. Shiba Inu community is feeding all of these other places because they're building around it. They don't own Shib, they don't control Shib, but none of those things that have been created, none of them have the arrows pointing in. None of them have the ability to affect Shiba Inu in a large way. It's all about what those different projects and those different things can pull from Shiba Inu. We have 1.3 million holders. Who's not going to want to take that popularity and populate their own cryptocurrency, right? That's what they're looking to do. So that's why Bone is king, and that's why when you go to the Shib Twitter account, everything's about Bone, Leash, the metaverse, about so many other things, but nothing is about actually Shiba Inu, right? There's nothing that really breaks down what's happening for Shiba Inu because they're all about the things around it. So understand that if everything fails that they build, Shib is still Shib. And don't think that it's not, and don't think that it won't be. It's still Shib. So that's the way that I look at it, right? We aren't a meme anymore. Deal with it, for real. We are the 11th. I mean, you're up there when it comes to market cap. Guys, if you haven't had a chance to hit the like button, please do so. We got 620 likes with 1,000 people that are here. I would love to get to 1,000 likes. I haven't gotten to 1,000 likes on a live stream in a while. So feel free to, you know, hit that like button and get me to 1,000 likes. And also, we're on the road to 200,000 subscribers. I think we are at, let's see where we're at. We're at 199,489 subscribers. We are just a little over 500 subscribers away from hitting 200,000 subscribers. 200,000. That is insane, guys. That is absolutely insane. I would have never thought that I can even get to 100,000. My goal when I started my YouTube channel was all about getting to, you know, getting to 1,000, getting to 2,000, trying to get to 10,000, you know, by the end of, you know, a certain period of time. I would love to get to 10,000. I got to 10,000, past that, got to 20,000, and just the growth is amazing. So I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Anybody that is a subscriber, anybody that is a moderator, anybody that is a member, thank you for just subscribing. I appreciate that. And all of the support that I've gotten over the years, you gave me the ability to be able to kind of work for myself and, you know, be home and spend time with my children. So I greatly appreciate this. Not only is this a, you know, Shytoshi breakdown of hopefully Shiberium or whatever the hell he has planned, it's also a 200,000 subscribers celebration, and I hope that we get there by the end of this stream, but you never know. Might not. Maybe you can afford golf lessons now. Maybe I can afford golf lessons. Come on, man. I'm pretty good. I'm all right. I shoot in the 80s and 90s, which is okay. It's not amazing. I'm not looking to be a pro golfer, but I do like playing the game of golf and, you know, just getting better at things, you know? Can Shib hit one rupee? I don't know what that is. Some form of currency that I don't know. So 1 cent, you're saying, can it hit 1 cent basically? I believe it can, but you're going to need to see a lot of burns. It needs to get down to, so Shiba Inu needs to get down to a 5.9 trillion supply. If it gets down to a 5.9 trillion supply, it has the ability to get there at a $59 billion market cap. But that's only if it gets down to a 5.9 trillion supply, which is better than saying, hey, it needs to get down to 100 billion or 10 billion. 5.9 trillion is saying that we just need to cut it by 99%, basically. 99.9% would be dropping it down to hundreds of billions, maybe even 10 billion. Anyways, we're close. Is something going on? So it looks like they're not back yet. They should be back, but they're not back yet. We are live. We are playing it. We still have music that's playing, so we're waiting for them to come back. That's easy, right? Soon. It'll happen soon. Matt, your thoughts on Pepe coin? I think Pepe has a lot of hype behind it, and I love positions that have hype, that have popularity. It doesn't have as much hype as Shib. It doesn't have much as hype as Dogecoin or some other positions, but it definitely has the ability to grow, especially getting to a $1.8 billion market cap, or $1.6 billion market cap is what it got to before. So it has a lot of growth potential, but not based on utility, because it's a meme position. That's pretty much it. Thank you for subscribing, everybody that's subscribing. I appreciate it. If you guys, thank you for the super chat or the super sticker. You are amazing. No, you're amazing. You are absolutely amazing. Thank you for that super sticker. It means a lot. If you guys want to send a super chat, it's
Mara donated 79 United Arab Emirates dirhams and 99 fils through super chat.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that, Mara. Mara, thank you for sending that. But yeah, if you want to do, it does do text to speech. So if you want to say something, and just speak about something, it's only $1 to do text to speech, so that it's not every message, right? If we had every message that came through as text to speech, it would be a little ridiculous, and so much that comes through. Shiva, thank you for the super sticker.
Shiva Shrestha donated $19.99 through super chat.
Thank you. Thanks for being you with a pair. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. What do you think is the next big coin? And thank you for subscribing, by the way. What do I think is the next big coin? Like, to come out of nowhere? I honestly can't say like what is the next position to come out of nowhere and just be jump to a massive level. But my eyes are set on CRO to kind of take over a lot, because CRO, what they're doing, and what they're compared to, who they compete with, and looking at BNB and everything that CRO does that actually BNB doesn't do, because BNB is kind of a different thing. Even though it is kind of an exchange coin, it's not giving value to the exchange for holding it. What it's doing is, honestly, you're able to use BNB as a form of payment with all of these different cryptocurrencies that you're trading, that you're buying, that you're swapping for, all of that stuff. So that's honestly what you are seeing here. So it looks like we're about to get this countdown. But when it comes to like CRO, you have the ability to stake the position, and you have also so many things that the exchange is doing when it comes to NFTs and use cases that CRO could be a part of. So I think CRO is going to be massive. I talked about that in one of my previous videos. But thank you guys for being here. We got 1,100. We got 1,137 people that are here, 752 likes on the video. Would love to get to 1,000 likes, guys. Thank you for subscribing. And we may get to that 200,000 subscriber level. It looks like we got about 1 minute and 53 seconds before they start up again. CRO is way undervalued. I agree. Absolutely way undervalued. Awesome. Thank you. No problem. Baby Dogecoin prediction for the future. I can't say I'm the biggest fan of Baby Doge, right? I know there's a lot of people that are looking for quicker gains with Baby Doge, but anything that's kind of not really a mockery, but anything that is, imitating or impersonating in any way of one of the bigger positions will never reach that same potential as that larger position, but could have some potential well lower than it. I don't see it get up to that point where it's like Dogecoin level, right? Because it's Baby Doge. It's not going to get up to, 10, in the top 10 for market cap, or $100 billion market cap, but it could push up a lot higher to, a few $billion. But the issue is that it will never be worth as much as that position that is kind of impersonating, right? Not really impersonating, but imitating, or a baby version of. Does that make sense? Just subbed and go Shib. Thank you for subbing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this. I appreciate it. How about Pepe? I think Pepe is a good play. I talked about it just a few minutes ago. What's up, all? Let's see what happens. Will it or will it not launch today? We will see. We will see what they come up with. What's the good news? Maybe what's the bad news? But understand we have to kind of limit expectations, right? Put them at a certain level. Shy is saying soon, has been saying soon since 2021. Very true. XRP opinion. XRP will be huge. I think XRP will be huge. Major player in the game. Wow, I'm so happy for you, Matt. I know how important it is for you and your growth and success. Thank you, everyone, for subbing and supporting this great guy. Thank you, Major Duck, for saying that. So it looks like what's coming up is this right now. Crossing borders. So I guess they have a time slot. They have a time slot of like 2 o'clock or something. Thank you for subscribing. Everybody that's subscribing, I appreciate it so much.
Chinchilla donated $9.99 through Super Chat.
Thank
Do you
you.
see Shib burning 2 zeros with the Shibarium?
Do I see Shib burning 2 zeros with Shiberium? So dropping this 0 and this 0 getting to about 10% of a penny. Probably not just solely with Shiberium. You need to see an impact to the entire market, and the entire market is down right now. So with a launch of Shiberium, it could be something that has a major impact, to the price and seeing the ability to dropping, 1-0 with that. But you have to see the overall bull market and a push up to $3, $4, $5 trillion market cap in order to see Shiba Inu, push up to these higher market caps here for itself. But then also you need to see burning that's going on. If we don't see the level of burning for Shib, then we don't see the major impact. So I can see it, but honestly, it depends on a couple of things. And those are the things. Thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that a lot. Let's see what they're saying here.
Comply with regulations, find jurisdictions to do business, help them with authorizations. My background is as a financial services lawyer, and I've worked at the Ontario Securities Commission and the Cayman Islands Monetary Authority.
Thanks, Aaron. Hey guys, my name is Michael Rapkin. I'm the Global Head of Business Development at TV Chain. We're one of the world's leading market makers and liquidity
Thank you for
providers
subscribing.
when it comes to crypto. We actually help power a lot of the exchanges and financial platforms out there that you see today.
Hello? Oh, hi. My name's Rachel Epstein. I am a lawyer and head of policy at Input Output Global, which is a blockchain research and development company and one of the developers behind the Cardano blockchain. I'm very grateful to be here and excited to be with this amazing panel.
Brilliant. We're happy to have you here. Let's start off with just the state of global regulations. What are the trends in terms of international regulatory approaches at this point? And Karem, maybe you can kick us off.
Awesome. Yeah, no, regulation definitely is not sexy, and it never was, but at least you have to pay attention to it today. 3, 4, 5+ years ago, regulation was really something that you either ignored or avoided. And now it's top of mind for every...
I could try and do the
Adon Guzman donated $2 through Super Chat. Thank you for streaming this, Longing Shib.
Well, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Without you guys here, I mean, I wouldn't be. I mean, I might still be streaming it, but I do appreciate you guys. Maybe I could take away the alerts for new subscribers or something. I know it's a sound. I would love to just do a certain sound.
Big international digital asset companies come explore Bermuda, which is exciting for us. That's the intention, to write this type of regulation to attract businesses, improve the economy, to grow the ecosystem where it can. And then other jurisdictions like Switzerland, Abu Dhabi, Singapore, a lot of businesses are going off and just learning new cultures. But I think that's a part of the DNA of our digital asset industry, is to be global and learn and acclimate. So.
Sure, I'd just add, at X-Rig we try to bucket the different sort of categories of regulatory approaches.
Very loud.
And so, what we see
I'm
is
working
there's
on
an
it, guys. Give me a
unregulated
second.
space, so there's certain jurisdictions that don't regulate crypto. However, that group is shrinking rapidly. Then you have jurisdictions like Canada and the US that try to leverage their existing securities and derivatives regulation. With varying levels of success, I would say. And then you have sort of my favorite category, which is the bespoke regimes.
Give me a second,
Bermuda and
guys.
others, and those are the ones that really allow a bit more flexibility, more proactive for industry. So that's really a focal point of the jurisdictions that we look at.
So I'll add that regulation is needed, right? The fact that we don't have clarity, that makes it unsexy. And so when we talk about what's been trending is creating frameworks around the world that can help attack digital assets, right? Whether something's a security commodity, whether it's DeFi, it's CeFi. That's what really we've been seeing.
Chinchilla donated $9.99 through Super Chat. Can you make videos on how to use Shibarium when it comes?
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely make a video on how to use Shibarium. I plan on going through everything there is to go through with Shibarium, so absolutely we'll find a way to do that. I plan on utilizing it in probably a small capacity. I really don't have a reason to, consistently trade or move things over there because right now you don't really know like what is truly being, created for it. Which a lot of NFTs is what I'm seeing. So hopefully we can have something, something bigger and some bigger use case that I can use it for. So, yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Let me try and fix this.
Same across the board as everyone is taking this seriously, whether it's because of fraud or breaches and, fear, at least it's forcing a conversation at this point.
Yeah, maybe just to put some words in Michael's mouth, from what I understand, regulatory clarity is what's sexy. Did I get that right?
Yes, you got that right. Thanks, Karen.
Oh, baby.
And that's actually a good lead-in to the next question in terms of, are there particular jurisdictions that are taking an approach that are more attractive for companies that are in the blockchain and virtual asset space? And to the extent that you can comment on it, how does that compare to where we sit today in Ontario?
I think I could just do that.
How sexy is Ontario? And I'll get you to kick us off, Aaron.
Yeah, it's always interesting when we're talking about sexy and regulation, but we'll go with it here. So yeah, at X-Reg we spend a lot of time analyzing jurisdictions around the world for their suitability for crypto firms. One thing to point out off the bat is there's no one-size-fits-all jurisdiction. So a lot is driven by your particular business model. But in terms of global crypto hubs, good places for crypto firms to do business, we've got the Caribbean. So, we got Bermuda, where Karem's from, Cayman Islands, where I'm from, BVI, and Bahamas. Europe, with the passage of MiCA, has now positioned themselves to be a global hub. And France has sort of taken the lead within Europe in attracting businesses and trying to create a real flexible framework. Across Europe, we also see Gibraltar and Switzerland, which are traditional hubs for crypto and good places to do business. Middle East, as Karem pointed out, so you've got VARA, you've out of Dubai, you got the Emirates, another hub which has seen a lot of inbound traffic, and then obviously Asia. And in Asia, Hong Kong and Singapore are the leaders. They've kind of blown a bit hot and cold over the past couple of years. Now they're both, I would say, relatively hot. But at X-Reg, and I'm sure everyone on this panel would agree.
Matthew Perry donated $100 through Super Chat. This is a test Super Chat alert for $100.
Jurisdictions that really suit their business model.
It still is not working right, so I apologize.
Ontario, a lot of people in this room might say Canadians haven't been doing a good job building out a framework, but if you look at our next door neighbor, we've been doing a great job. And so, yeah, maybe we're not as progressive as, let's say, Singapore, we're not as progressive as the MiCA framework, but yeah, you know, regulators in Canada have been talking to companies and have been engaging. And so when we talk about Ontario,
What time is Shy
and I know a
speaking?
lot
It
of
should be
people in this room
soon.
might not like this answer.
Should be very, very
We are
soon.
progressive, and we are getting to the place where we need to be. Maybe it's not where some of the other jurisdictions are, but we are working towards it.
So, yeah.
Is Shy speaking or not?
I am
Yes.
based in
From
the US.
what I
My
understand,
company is
yes.
headquartered
But
in
not
the
right
US.
now.
It's not very attractive
coming
right
soon.
now. I
He's on the
gave
panel.
analogy, it's like you're driving on a highway, but you don't know.
But it's via
the,
AI
you know, the
and
speed,
metaverse, so
and
it's
you get
not
pulled over and you're
him
like, okay,
directly.
you
It
were
might even be
speeding, I
a
didn't know,
recorded,
too bad.
pre-recorded message.
You're fine. That's not sexy. The speed limit is 60 miles per hour. Great. Next day I go on the same highway and I'm driving and
Said
I'm going 60
very
miles
soon
per hour.
and coming soon
and I
at the
get
same
pulled over
time.
again, but this time it's now
Very
the
soon,
state
very, very
police
soon.
instead
It's
of
always
the
soon.
county police, and they're like, nope, this is the speed limit's 50 miles. No, but yesterday I have a ticket for 60. And that's how
You
I
will
feel
speak
like it is in my
now.
country right now, right? Like every executive agency is fighting, and there's just a lack of alignment on every level, and then kind of arbitrage between regulators and
They're
then
behind schedule.
lawsuits and
Everything is down
else.
except
It just makes it really fun times
Shib.
and lots of billables. But
When will
I would
Shiberium
also
launch?
say, as
It's a good
lawyer,
question.
What's attractive to me is having
Soon
a
is
place
what I
where
heard.
know the rules of the land. And
Did they already
so
talk
where
about
there's
Shib? No, they
clarity,
didn't.
That's where I want to sign up, so I don't get pulled over with a ticket. I think just even frameworks, anything that's being implemented, whether you think it's too burdensome or not, I do think something is better than nothing. Obviously, the right something would be even.
You're getting
better,
close to
best.
200,000
But then I think
subscribers,
the
guys.
attractiveness should
So
also
close.
come down to what activity are you doing, and that's going to weigh in a lot on those considerations.
So clarity, sexy. Regulation by enforcement, very unsexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then getting pulled over for a
They
ticket
keep using
just
that
last
term.
night, that really hit home for me. So
Very not
that
sexy.
was a great analogy, and I think what's really been awesome about even preparing for this panel is we all work in different jurisdictions, and we're all teaching each other.
Did I miss
And
him speak? No, you
hopefully,
didn't.
The little tidbits you get from us on this
And he might be
panel,
invisible.
Send you down your research, right, and explore these jurisdictions. And I love how kind Aaron has been about Bermuda every time. He's Cayman-based. He should be highlighting Cayman. I'm sure the Cayman government
Not
is
launching
watching
Shiberium.
Aaron.
Shiberium
You
is
gotta
not
highlight
sexy.
them.
Cayman's the best.
There you go. See, I'm selling Cayman more than you are, but no, it's important, and I'm really proud to be a Canadian. I'm
How
proud
boring
to
can I
living in
be?
Bermuda,
I could be pretty
two
boring.
jurisdictions
Are you
that
asking,
have
or are you
created
just saying
clarity, even though it's been
I'm
bumps
boring
and
right now?
roads and
Because I
twists and
could be
turns,
very,
but,
very boring.
we're
Could be insanely boring.
Honored and blessed to be around regulators that are
Might be a
putting
little
in the
bit
work,
better than
right?
just
They're
watching
doing
this
the research, and
by
even
itself.
if it is a bit of a fight sometimes, and I'll give
Can't
a
wait to see
shout
what
out
will
to
happen
3IQ and
in the
them
next minute.
taking the leadership role here in Ontario.
Price is going to drop. No Shytoshi. No, Shytoshi is coming from what I understand. And I'm saying from what I understand. Soon, very soon. Guys, if you haven't had a chance to hit the like button, please do so. We have almost 1,000 likes. So please hit the like button. We're almost there.
Adon Guzman donated $2 through Super Chat. You are not
There we go.
boring.
Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. I'm glad. I'm happy to know that I am not boring. Guys, you hear that? I'm not a boring person. I don't think. Soon we have 200K subs. Yes, soon. Very, very soon. We're at 199,642. I did take away the notification altogether. So sorry if you're not getting notifications, but I do appreciate everybody that is subscribing. I really do. Matthew, not boring Perry. See, that's what they call me.
IMF, BIS, the list goes on. It's really important to what we were talking about earlier and making sure as all of these jurisdictions and countries are taking their own approaches, well, we live in this global world and this is global technology.
Harper's bouncing a ball
that's
upstairs.
interconnected and accessible just from the internet. And so making sure there's consistency.
Wait,
and
did we hit
clarity
1,000
in
likes?
definitions and applications, in scope of what activities
Guys, you're amazing.
thought about.
Everybody here, you guys are amazing.
This, influences the policy that will be set
Please
down
keep us
by
updated
the
on
regulators on a
Shib price.
basis.
Oh
So
yeah,
it is really
where is Shib
important,
right now?
and, we're already seeing some.
Shib is currently up
some
4.4%.
concerns,
We're seeing Bone that's up about 4% as well. And let's duplicate this and let's go to Leash.
Looking at crypto. Every one of the alphabet soup agencies has, had
Leash is not coming up.
reports for the last
Leash.
few years. I'd say everyone that's been mentioned has had reports
And
in the last few months.
Leash
that
is
have
up
come
16%.
out.
From what I
Read
saw,
them or be
Shytoshi
part
had
of,
another.
engage with
Let me pause this. Shytoshi had another a tweet that came out and talked about Leash holders exclusive for you. Meet me in Shiberium Discord. So it had 600 likes, and you could see that Doge is up, or sorry, Doge Killer Leash is up about 15%, up to $675, breaking this higher point here. So breaking through that a little bit, pushing up to a $700 mark. So Leash is up significantly compared to Bone and Shiba Inu, but all of them are up while the rest of the market is actually down. So yeah.
As to that, and we need to make sure they understand
Pull up
the
bad
nuances
bad idea AI.
of,
And pull that up for a
this
second. Give me a
new
second.
economic model that's really fueled by tokens, so that they can really distinguish the risks that might be present in DeFi from the risks that are present in traditional.
That's currently down about
finance.
8%
But
right
as
now.
well as the risk, they need to understand the value propositions of what we're doing.
Up 2%.
So
That just
really
goes back and
needing
forth.
to be aware of what their concerns are, so we can combat that through education and engagement, and correct that, so that at the end of the day,
I'm very
we're
nervous
getting
for
policy
Shiberium.
that is not made on a incorrect, misunderstood basis, right? The smarter they are, the smarter they can make regulation that's going to affect us all.
Very quickly,
I'm
just add.
I'm very nervous for Shiberium.
It is critical that we're able to come up with some sort of global standards. We have clients that operate in 150 countries, and the prospect of having to follow
Did Shytoshi
different
already talk? No,
regulations in
Shy
each of those
didn't talk
countries
already.
is not workable. The crypto
We're waiting
market's
for him.
global. So it's a bit of a daunting task to try to influence global regulators, but we do need some baseline standard for this market to really work and thrive going forward.
And
You're so
for
close
us
to
as a
200,000
trading
subscribers,
company,
guys. Hit that subscribe
When
button.
we look at the FATF lists, we
Please.
look at what's been sanctioned, what's not been sanctioned, right? And it's very important for us because there's a lot of banks, there's a lot of other vendors and partners that don't want to be working with.
It was supposed to be at
anybody on that list.
210 to
Right,
215, so
if a
maybe it's
country is not
they're
compliant
behind schedule because they
following the
started
guidelines that FATF
instead of at
provides,
145, they
basically
started
saying,
at like
hey, we don't wanna follow
155.
the guidelines, and that
They might be
essentially
behind.
might force the FATF regulatory body to say, hey, you guys are high risk.
Yeah, and maybe I'll just add on the global piece is something we're exploring in Bermuda, and I'd love to speak to more regulators about is the concept of passporting licenses. That if 2, 3, 4, a group of regulators can agree that this is a baseline or this is a standard or these are the procedures.
Could you turn up the
that
volume?
are fair and enough, then a license in Bermuda could possibly allow you to operate in Abu Dhabi, let's
The
say.
highest volume I
under
have.
what ADGM
They're just speaking
would
low.
agree is meeting their requirements. So I think jurisdictions is definitely the direction that we will go soon enough. And there's a lot of platforms for regulators to get together and
Just
have these
subbed first time.
discussions.
Well,
And,
thank you for
one thing
being here.
about
Thank you for
FATF
subbing.
is
I appreciate
It's
it.
quite thoughtful in how it was created and how it's written.
You think there would be another
And,
crash
wouldn't
before the bull
recommend
market?
go
It depends
read
what
the whole
happens,
thing. I'm not a lawyer.
in
If you're not a lawyer, it's
news.
not exciting
So
to
I
read,
want to
but
say no.
if you can
I
find
want to
the
say that
cliff
we'll
notes
stay,
of it, it
flat
is quite
around here,
interesting.
and whatever you
even
define
Michael
as a
asked me, he's like,
crash,
how did you get into the regulatory?
whatever you define as a crash, if you define a crash as getting to a $1.05 trillion market cap rather than $1.1 trillion market cap, or just getting to a 1.1 versus 1.17, then it's possible we could see that fall a little bit more. I would love to see things that absolutely take off. My prediction is for the end of this year to see the start, beginning of next year to start to see that really pick up as we get closer to the Bitcoin halving. So
as companies, as individuals in this space can be doing to better influence policy and have those sexier outcomes, frankly. And Mike, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, for sure. So
Sexier outcomes.
Obviously a shameless plug.
It's not sexy.
So, one thing that, a lot of companies can do is what we're doing at DV Chain. We are engaging with the regulators. We are open dialoguing. We are allowing.
So I wanted to give it time. I think we have a super chat that's coming in, so I want to make sure we have the audio that comes up for both of those.
I Am Slade donated $4.99 through Super Chat. I hope Elon and Vitalik are involved where X, Twitter, is actually Shiberium. 240 million wallets in one click. Thoughts?
I mean, that would be interesting, right? I understand how we can have all this speculation. I really don't want to throw all this speculation out here. But it would be very, very interesting. So I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, well, this is what's happening. And then you have a clip to where it's like, well, this person believes that this is going to happen or whatever. But I let's just say that it's interesting. That's all I'll give. But there's a ton of speculation there, a ton of speculation.
Bad actors have made that a little difficult, and the headlines have not been sexy, and the regulators are reading them too. So we need to show them that this is more than just illicit funding and, and that stuff. I
like Cardano as well. I'm excited about Cardano.
We want good, clear regulation that promotes innovation and what the future of tech.
What time is Shytoshi? Soon, very, very soon.
So all the big companies out there entering
It was supposed to be around 2:10 to 2:15, right?
The people there, they're doing so good and learning and evolving and progressing. Leave them there. They're doing great. When you hire them, they play
Cardano
for your
is a hidden
team,
gem. It is.
slows
100%
down the
it is.
process. So maybe that's just something for people to keep in mind.
Cardano is dumping at the moment.
That's amazing. And last question, because it wouldn't.
Well, everything's really falling.
Without it.
Cardano's down about
What's your top prediction
0.3%.
regulation?
So it's not really dumping. It's just falling with the market. The market's down by
start,
0.2% and it's down by 0.3%. So
Sure.
it's not really a big deal.
I'll do my plug. Come to Bermuda. We have clear regulation for digital assets, whatever type of digital asset business you are, whether you're issuing, doing payments, custody, market making, derivatives, exchange, all the above. And we're advancing into looking at DAOs, protocols, and DeFi as well to create clarity there. So I would encourage you guys to come visit us in Bermuda, and we'll hopefully show you about the regulation and a good time too.
I won't do a Cayman competition here, but please consider Cayman as well. What I see as sort of the new frontier for regulation will be the DeFi space. Over the past year, there's been a tremendous amount of growth in that space. It definitely has not gone unnoticed by regulators. Philosophically fascinating how to regulate entities that don't have a central governance system. So I think, we're going to see regimes looking at it, trying new approaches, and
Thank you for that super chat, Yurma. Thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that. I don't know if it will show or say what the super chat was. Typically, it does say it, but I don't know why. It's not saying it right now, but I do appreciate your super chat here. $1.99. Thank you. Thank you so much. Where am I at in subscribers? Currently 709. So we are less than 300 subscribers away from 200,000 subscribers. That is crazy, guys. That is crazy. So close to 200,000 subscribers.
Irma Lanier donated $1.99
go.
through Super Chat.
Thank you.
This
notification thing is all over the place.
Trust in code instead of trust in people, which is what our current financial system is based on, and regulatory, supervisory is based on, how do we regulate the people in these roles doing.
Is there any mega burn on the launch of Shibarium? Not that I know of. Thank you for subscribing,
so how do we,
Curious Mind. I had to take the notifications away because it was getting in the way of
where we
hearing
can really get
what was going on.
and figure out how to solve issues that,
Does
you
this
know, with
boring
the
panel
kind of travel
know
rule
that
through,
everyone
you know,
just wants them to
technology
stop talking and be
solutions.
done?
Yeah, that's what I hope
Probably not. As you look into this
So for the builders
breakdown,
in the audience
let's
that are interested in building RegTech solutions,
sorry.
I would highly encourage you to talk to Rachel.
Bring this back out.
These brilliant folks are around, so if you have
Trying
jurisdictional
to
questions,
default
please come
view.
and chat with them.
You can
And
see
thank
that
you
a
so
lot of
much
people
for
are,
joining us today.
you
That
know,
has been our
just
time.
all about
Thank
voting
you.
shit and
Have a good
everything.
futurist.
Thank you to our esteemed and sexy panel.
All
At
right.
3 p.m. on the main stage will be a special performance, a live exploration of Pink Floyd in the era of Web3. Don't miss drinks, music, and an immersive NFT experience on the main stage at 3 p.m., hosted by Loot 8. Coming
Loving
up
this
next,
live. Thank you.
Lamont Field from Corium. He'll be discussing
Come on,
the
man.
future of tokenization, smart tokens. Please put your hands together for Lamont.
People are like, what the fuck is this? There's so many people. Maybe this is the thing. This is the thing that these things do, right? The reason why these places do this is they'll set up a speaker and they'll see what's the most popular speaker, and then they will push the speaker so that, or if it is a speaker or if it's like a generated message, they'll push that speaker so that more people are there to talk about these events to happen beforehand, even though he was supposed to come on, you know, at 2:10. So it might be 2:45 that he ends up coming on because they're trying to push things in front of him. Like, hey, you know, can I just skip in front of you because look at how many people are in the audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here
Matt, do you like cats?
to tell
Yeah, I have a
you
cat.
about the future of tokenization, smart tokens.
Shib will be huge.
So first,
Yeah.
let me introduce myself.
Agree.
My name is Lamont. I'm the Developer Relations Manager for Quorum. All right, so Quorum is a layer 1 blockchain
Bone is dumping.
on the Cosmos SDK.
Bone is dumping. It's falling. Wow.
That's ultra fast, scalable, and interoperable and sustainable. Oh, here we go. All right, so what exactly are smart tokens? So smart tokens implement a fundamental asset logic supported by our protocol.
That man say
Developers
corn.
can choose to extend that foundational logic via smart contracts.
Damn, he has slides.
And smart tokens can be fungible or non-fungible tokens. So what can you do with smart tokens?
I know.
We're talking about permission
Roberto
minting,
Geraldo donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Sheep will be huge. It'll just take time. Raising hands, light skin tone. Raising hands, light skin tone.
What? Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. And Shib will be huge. I agree with you.
allows developers to deploy projects that are interoperable with Cosmos chains via
School presentation. Oh, he got slides though? Like he got
IBC, the inter-blockchain communication. All right? So this enables assets to transfer and data exchanges between connected blockchains. All right, so developers can take advantage of growing DeFi ecosystem
Sailing
on
Solo
Cosmos.
donated $2 through Super Chat. Bruh, imagine Shytoshi comes out and it's Elon Musk.
Bro, if that actually happened, I don't even know what I would do, but I would definitely be checking everything to make sure that we can get in on any of these investments that are going to blow up, because Shib would blow up, everything would blow up
interchain
if that was the
tokens.
case.
So
But
I'm
there's
talking
no way.
about bridging assets, message passing from chain to chain, and cross-chain dApp tokens.
There's no way that would happen, because if that was the case where it was, I feel like he would follow through with a lot more related to Shib, and he would probably apply Bone in there as well, or not Bone, Doge in there as well. But that would be too much of a sign. So Shib was supposed to be, it was supposed to happen.
Giving yourself a sense of exclusivity
10,
and
20 minutes
urgency.
ago.
So time-based minting of your tokens can be implemented to
45
ensure
slides.
that you are only minting and releasing predetermined intervals. preserving
probably in the
a
audience
limited
like this.
edition
They're like,
nature for your collection.
shut up already. Like,
Wrap tokens. Okay, so here's another
they might
project
be interested
idea
in
for
it.
you guys. So create a large pool of assets available for trading and DeFi activities, liquidity aggregation. Use the same tokens across multiple chains. All right? All this leads to an increase in overall liquidity and enhances the trading experience of the users.
This meeting could have been an email.
Stable coins. So another use case for interchain tokens, interchain smart tokens, all right, is creating pegged one-to-one assets. A cross-chain smart token will allow for stable value to be transferred and utilized across multiple blockchains, making the stablecoin more versatile. So the stablecoin supply can be managed on Quorum with features such as permission minting, blacklisting,
You're less than
whitelisting,
300
freezing,
subscribers
while
away from
remaining
200,000.
cross-chain.
Less than 300.
And then you have tokenized assets. All right, so you can create tokenized assets that's not restricted to a single blockchain. So reducing the risk of being tied to a blockchain that might face
Wait, what did that person say? This man wrote this last night. I know a word salad when I hear it. What? Probably.
Can reach a wider audience, tapping into the communities and all right, so a smart token can create arbitrage opportunities for traders who can buy the asset from one chain and then sell it on another chain where there's an even higher demand.
Unfollow, unsubscribe, all.
And then the last use case
you
really
could,
comes down to security
but we're
tokens.
getting close.
A token that provides a way to diversify risk by spreading the token's exposure across different blockchains. All right, so this is in case of
Is that
a
Shytoshi?
blockchain that has congestion,
No.
technical issues, or governance disputes on chain. So users can access their assets on the other chain. Tokens that give exclusive access to different wallets or connections or collections that are on other chains. All right? So, Quorum has a lot of prizes going on in this hackathon. We really encourage you guys to take a look at our docs as well as Axelar to create cross-chain smart tokens.
This is probably a huge moment for him because I feel like you going right before Shytoshi and everybody's hype about this, you're getting all the attention, even though people are probably like, this is boring. I hate what you're doing. Just get on with it.
Take a look at that and you can get your project funded. All right, folks. It was very nice meeting all of you, and thank you.
Thank you, Lamontville from Corium.
I say, did anybody clap? Give him some claps. I'll give him some claps. I'll clap for you, Lamont. Bye, Lamont. Two people clapped. All right, well, I don't want to sit here and have this music and then get demonetized and whatnot. Slow claps. Come on, man. Let me know that Shytoshi's coming.
Is a short message from Shytoshi called
Oh, here we go.
Dear Humanity, featuring music by Scott Buckley.
I hope it doesn't get demonetized here. Probably. Do we got anything? So it is a pre-recorded message. That's what it seems like. Here we go. What's going on?
A feeling so hard to escape.
Um, 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 what in the was that? Like Shib is collapsing. You see Shib that's falling. You see Bone that's collapsing. That's down to about $1.52, probably even more than that if we look at TradingView. It's falling. It's down to $1.47. We're seeing that Shib is in TradingView. Let's look at that. It's down to, it's still at the added zero level. Doge, the Doge killer or leash has dropped as well. You know, sorry, let me go back to, I guess I can't look at that in TradingView, but it is down to $641. I don't understand. This is a release of basically NFTs and giving, you know, signed copies of like, what in the world? Right? Like, I guess we should have expected something that's so bad. When we've seen like announcements and things that have happened in the past, I blame it on Lamont. People saying Lamont coin is just ridiculous. Y'all guys are on another level. Like, I mean, a whole nother level. I was laughing the whole entire time. But this is crazy. First of all, no Shiberium, right? So this is what people were upset about. And that's what I talked about when I made my video yesterday, saying that there's no official release date. That made me think that bring back Lamont and the slides. He got the slides. Yeah, that brings me back to like I look at my videos yesterday and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of spot on for picking that up. I mean, if they're going to sit here and hint that, yes, it's not going to be released tomorrow, that we're not going to see any type of thing that's happening, but then get all the attention so that people can start buying whatever they need to buy or whatever they want them to buy, this is sort of a failure, honestly. This is not a good thing for Shib at all, and we're seeing it fall. You can look at the chart right now in TradingView. You know, it is falling. In the actual view, you can see the peak that it had and how it's creating a valley at the moment. Same thing for Bone. That's down to $1.44 from $1.50 or $1.60 that was at, now down to $1.42 at the moment. So it is consistently dropping, continuously dropping. And this overall conference was not it. I mean, it definitely brings more attention and people were excited, but I didn't actually get a chance to see what people were saying in the comment section. If it got, oh, yeah, bad idea AI, hail Shib. Let's see, gaining a 0. Yeah, Shib explodes tomorrow. So I mean, it's just not a good deal. Oh, well, now we're seeing it break below, I guess this break even point here. So yeah, it does not look good. This was not a great announcement for anyone, but it doesn't change what Shiba Inu is. I'm not disappointed. He said tomorrow. He said tomorrow there's an announcement. There's an announcement. Why wouldn't this on one of the biggest stages at the moment to do that while everybody is excited, everybody is into it, everybody is tuned in? You think that he said that tomorrow there's going to be a Shib announcement at the booth, right? Lamont, the new meme. Probably. I would imagine they're going to create something like that. I don't know. But it's like his favorite cologne. Like, is that a way to sell your cologne too? Lamont coin, Lamont and Tyrone. Lamont coin. He said the papers. Shib is a scam. I don't think Shib is a scam. Shib is definitely not. Shib is a project that's controlled by us, the community, right? And it's always been that way. But when it comes to everything that's created by the ecosystem dev team, it's been a disappointment after a disappointment after a disappointment. Now, we don't have the official launch, so we don't know how much it's going to burn. But everybody was, the huge buildup was leading up to this spot, was leading up to this time to do so much more for cryptocurrency, right? And now I see people in the chat like Pepe. It's all about Pepe. The announcement tomorrow is that there will be an announcement tomorrow. Probably. That's the way that it seems. Actually, the question is when. Shib Cologne, I'm sticking with my Old Spice. Yeah, I use Usher, right? That's my cologne. I could spray it on something and sell it as an NFT. Anybody want to pay 1 ETH for that? People didn't even pay 1 ETH for the metaverse plots of land. Like, why is this now like what you want to do? The big announcement is to raise money by doing this. Like, that's dumb. I would like to rewatch it if I could. Which, well, actually, I can. Let's not rewatch it, but hear what they are saying there.
And I have prepared 2 epic documents for the Shibarium and the 7 Seas. The first will be unveiled tomorrow and given to the globe for free. It is a large endeavor.
So, I mean, this this document is unveiled tomorrow, but leash holders have, like, I guess, a head start because he just said that they have that. It just added a 0.
By me personally.
So they're NFTs. So they are NFTs, right? It's not an electronic NFT. It's literally an NFT, a physical copy that you're buying for Ethereum and you're sending it. It's a way to raise money. And that's the announcement. I mean, I don't know. That's just dumb to me. It's absolutely dumb. Ancient wisdom over 3 years ago. It's not ancient. Bad marketing meets procrastination. Yeah, I would agree with that. Don't want a document. I want 20 trillion burn. Yeah, true. I want more and more that's burning as well. I would agree. 100%. Dude, check bone and leash. Let's see what Shib is doing. So Shib looks like it didn't add the 0 yet from what I'm seeing here. Maybe I'll see a different price here. Yeah, so it didn't add the 0 yet. Bone, oh wow, down $1.38, maybe even lower if we look in trading view. $1.37, the lowest price it's been to, it's about $1.30. So it has had a couple of buyers at these lows, but it has fallen quite a bit. And leash, I mean, down to $5.81. It was just up to $581. And this was just up to $680. So this is insane. This is absolutely insane. People are selling. The announcement tomorrow will be perfumed with toilet paper. There'll be perfumed toilet paper to paper over the stink from today's announcement. Probably. Let's see how close we are. Did we hit 200,000 subscribers? And again, I guess people were right. It all depends on what Shytoshi's announcement was, because if the announcement was Shiberium, we would see a lot more, that's there. And I appreciate everybody that did hit that subscribe button. I appreciate all of you guys for, being here, and the super chatters, the commenters, the likers, just the new members that we've had. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. If you guys want to join me over on Kick, feel free to be a part of my Kick or join me on Kick. You get notifications over there a lot more. I will pin it to the top of the chat. If you guys like Kick a lot better, I'm always live on Kick. So just hit that link that's at the top of the chat and join me over there. But this was a good stream, but it wasn't great news that we got from Shytoshi. Lamont coin probably coming soon. That was funny. That was insanely funny. But we are dropping quite a bit. So I want to get out of here. And I got some things to do. I got to, I might not even create videos today. I might have to just go, because I thought this was going to come on a lot sooner. Your gains just vanished completely. They killed their own marketing or their own market, and wait, I've lost it. And the bulls brought out the bears, which is all we need in trying to come out of this bearish market. I'm not even mad. I lost time and sleep. Y'all killed me with these Lamont comments. Matt monetized off Lamont. I'm not, but it's the NFT slides. When someone said, "Oh, he got slides," I lost it. I lost it. That is, he got them slides though. This is a high school presentation. Like that was funny. And I kept losing it every time I seen it. Lamont's the real future. Are we really going to see like a Lamont coin? If we do, I would die. No Shiberium is confirmed. I tried to let people know, and I want to make sure that, you know, we kind of limit the expectations, because we had those high expectations, but then when I saw that, you know, they said, look, they have no official release date, that makes me think that, you know, it's not coming. But then you see that you have a stoppage in transactions, and you're like, well, maybe it is, right? Lamont's the Trojan horse. People are not happy right now. Let's see what's happening with Shib. Is AMC doing something? I got a lot of things on AMC. Let me type something out. I'll put wow. No, not there, but wow somewhere else. And I'll just do it. I'll do it like that. All right. As I am like tired. The reason why I'm tired is because I was expecting something that would give me a lot more energy. Even Paul swap game to 0. It looks like Shiba Inu is kind of staying flat right now. But Bone and Leash are catching the worst of it, right? We see that down to $1.30, and then Leash is definitely catching a lot of the bad parts of this announcement. Seeing it at $541. So they saw this increase and they were like, all right, well, this is a horrible announcement. Let me get out of here. So Bone dumped, Leash dumped, and Shib came back a little bit. Shytoshi is Elon Musk burned hair perfume. I don't know what that means. Expect the unexpected. I think a lot of people expected this because you look at what has happened in the past, and yeah, I mean, it's the same thing we saw with Wellies, with John Richmond. Horrible announcements or horrible news, a build up to that, but horrible news. Well, I guess I have to call my boss and apologize. Back to work. But you were hoping that things would run and we would, you wouldn't have to go back to work. Oh yeah, like the people that win the lottery, like, you win a hell of a lot of money and you're like, screw this job, I quit. And once I saw Lamont, I was like, Shib on some BS. Lamont Cologne. I have a cousin named Lamont. But yeah. He better have some amazing lined up tomorrow. I don't think he's gonna have something amazing lined up tomorrow. It seems like you just have the documents that are released tomorrow. I didn't really hear of any other announcement tomorrow, but I wonder if people are still saying some stuff in the chat. People are still here. Oh, he got the slides though? He got the slides? I will cancel my vacation. I mean, I'm still going on vacation, but I'll be here tomorrow. I will be here tomorrow. Can you resume what happened? And resume what happened afterwards? After Shytoshi? After
Those of
Shytoshi,
you
they
who
came
don't
back.
know me. Hi, I'm Charlene
And
Cheslick. I'm the Chief Compliance Officer of Local Coin. We got our big
people are leaving.
ATMs around this conference here. You may remember me from such speeches.
That's gotta suck to follow what people were looking at for what people were looking for Shytoshi to say and release, and then it didn't come, and the disappointment that's on people's faces, and then to have the next person that comes up and everybody's just leaving. Like, screw this. Like, I don't resume what happened slideshow. There was a period in time where people were waiting. Can we see Lamont slides again, please? No, we're not seeing Lamont slides again. What are you talking about? The document will feature a picture of Lamont from Sanford and Son. Give him some more time. The event isn't over until tomorrow. All right, we will, but I don't think investors are giving him more time. They literally just asked for 20 million bucks. Wow, freaking fly here. What happened? So basically, if you missed it, Shytoshi came on through AI, through a different voice, and he basically said that there are these NFTs, there's these documents that are basically for sale for 1 ETH for 10,000. There's 10,000 of these documents that are signed, and they'll get like perfume or something, or cologne, his favorite cologne, and those are basically for sale, essentially selling NFTs for 1 ETH, which is more expensive than what you would buy the metaverse lands for, which does not make sense at all. Why would you value that higher than anything through the metaverse? Because it came from Shytoshi? Who the hell are you? Like, so it's not really what we hoped for it to be. It was more BS, honestly. I'm going to get this fly. I'm telling you, man, it has those Saitama vibes from their epic collapse. Understand that nobody has the ability to control Shib. For everything else that's created under Shytoshi, they can change everything there. So Bone and Doge, you can see Bone and Doge Killer Leash, right? And you see how this has fallen down to a low of $1.30, $1.29. And then Doge Killer Leash is falling down to $5.23 or $523 from the $680. So it has dropped a hell of a lot. It's down about 8.9%. So seeing that has happened in these two, you would think that Shiba Inu would also have that as well. And Shiba Inu has not really. It has dropped because, I mean, it's news that, you're not seeing Shiberium, you're not going to see those burns and all of that stuff. So it has dropped, but it hasn't dropped as much. You're still seeing it up slightly on the day versus, everything else that we have there, Bone and Leash. That crap sounds real bad when you explain it. The crap sounds real bad when you explain it. I mean, it's not great. It's not the best thing ever. That's like me saying, you know what? I have a huge announcement today. And I come out here and I'm like, I'm giving away 3 pieces of paper or 10 or 1,000 pieces of paper with my cologne on it, and I just rub it on my neck and then put it in the mail and send it away. Like, that's basically what we're getting here. Like, this, I don't think anyone cares about that. What we care about is how you're going to affect Bone, how you're going to affect Shib, and we care about those things. All these other things that you're doing to raise funds, just come out and say, look, I'm doing this to raise funds. Like, it's not an exclusive anything. It's not based on ancient anything. It's kind of pointless, honestly. That's what I would say. Why the F is it called a letter to humanity? Just for a very expensive cologne. Yeah, it's a good question. Can't wait to see Zach and Austin go into full damage control mode in their next videos. Those two are pathetic as well. I mean, I don't like talking down on people. Everybody has their own opinions and how they want to, live their life on their channels, run their channels, their businesses, and they can do it however they feel like doing it. Do I do it that way? Do I do it the way that they do it? No, everybody has their own way of doing it. I always try and speak as much truth as possible, as much of my opinion on both sides as possible, so that people can take that for whatever it's worth, and understand what's good, what's bad about it, and then go on about their days. So I don't know what they'll do. Matt, thank you for keeping real for this entire process. No problem. Again, that's what I tried to do. My videos, yes, were, trying to look at the negative side and the positive side, and people on the negative side in the comment section absolutely hated me for saying that Shibarium might not come. Shibarium might be delayed. Shibarium might not be released in this conference because it just doesn't look like it. And I actually didn't even want to release my third video of the day, which was talking about how the fact that we hyped this up way too much. And I didn't want to release it because I felt as though I was getting a little bit too much hate for even just saying that, just because of what I've seen and the information, the facts, as why I thought that we wouldn't get Shibarium, on the 15th, the 16th. Now, we still have one more day. Anything could happen. But why would you not announce something as big as Shibarium and give you a full confirmation? So I knew when Zach started trying to get us excited over Meta, we were screwed. Over Meta, like Facebook's Meta? You're talking about that Meta? I was excited about Meta. I'm still excited about Meta. Matt, when you ticked off the Shib dev team last year, I knew you were legit. You called their bluff. Mad respect for that. Thank you for saying that. A lot of people didn't like that either. They were like, look, they're doing big things here. And I'm saying to them, look, we got Shib in the middle. You said Shib is king. Everything that you've built, what impacts Shib? And they were like, everything impacts Shib. John Richmond, Wellies, and all that. I'm like, what has specifically impacted Shib right now? Well, all these projects. What has Bone done for Shib? What has Leash done for Shib? What has Shiboshi's? What have they done for Shib? What is the metaverse? Sale of lands. What has that done for Shib? What is Shibarium going to do for Shib? All these other things that I want to know what's going to be done for Shiba Inu, but they can't answer that. All the impact is from Shib investors, the 1.3 million, to branch off and, pad their pockets in a big way. So that was my question. It's a very simple question. They couldn't answer it. But yeah, I make sure I get the real information for a lot of the investors. And if I have to go about it an aggressive way, I will. I don't care. I don't know them. Nobody knows them. I smell a rug pull in what? Did he already speak? Yes, he did. He already spoke. I can, you know what? I'm gonna clip this part of the live stream and like post it as a regular video so that people do know what he said. And you know, kind of give my raw reaction to it so that everybody has it. I don't know if I'll put it over here or I'll put it on a different channel, but we will see. But guys, I do have to get off here. So guys, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. We are very close to getting to 200,000 subscribers. We're insanely close to getting to 200,000 subscribers. So if you guys are interested in, you know, seeing any of this content going forward, and seeing what's happening with Shiberium, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get to 200,000 before the end of this live stream, but I do appreciate you guys for being here. So I'm going to get out of here, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Is this a joke? No, it's not a joke. Yeah, we'll give like follow-ups, and you'll see some more information from me, and we can definitely chat more, whether it's on here or on Patreon. Feel free to check out all of my links, but I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. You too, Kick, everybody on Kick, thank you for watching. Everybody on Twitch, thank you for watching as well. So I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.